Hey, how we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Arsenal against Wigan. Come on, the Latics. Come on, the Ticks. Let's have it. Up the Ticks. Come on. Love it. We need Wigan to win today. I don't think they're going to do it. Does anyone feel confident at all that Wigan can get anything? Looking at that Arsenal lineup, I am not mad keen on backing Wigan today. I think they've got it in the bag, to be honest, Arsenal. It's just a case of when and how long can Wigan hold out for. The Arsenal lineup is Kepa, Calafiori, Mosquera, Saliba, White, Norgard, Lewis Skelly, Eze, Martinelli, Madueke and Jesus. Yeah, they should have it in the bag, really, let's be honest. They should have it in the bag. But it'll be nice to see Wigan maybe put a little bit of a show on. I mean, they're doing crap at the minute. They're doing awful at the minute, Wigan. They're 21st in League One. They look like they're going down to League Two the way things are going. It's not a great time to be a Latic, sadly. And yeah. So it's going to be an interesting game to see just how long Wigan can hang on for. Good to see everyone in the chat. How you all doing? Sorry, TikTok, Twitch, I'm not ignoring you. YouTube is flying. Julius, good to see you. Sasha, Jake, Rasta. Good to see another Arsenal fan in the chat. How's it going, Rasta? Sarah, lovely to see you as always. HK, hope you're having a blessed day. Absolutely, mate. You too. Getting ready for the match. Come on, you Gunners. London, North London forever. I'm only playing, mate. Julia says, who do you support? My prediction is Liverpool. What's that, sorry? Are Arsenal seriously putting a strong team out against the League One side? Well, they are, yeah. And to be fair, I think they have to. We've seen big teams slip up in the FA Cup so far, and listen, Arsenal are not immune to that. They're not in fantastic form, let's be honest. But I would... I don't know. I think it's going to be really, really difficult for Arsenal to throw this one away, given just how poor Wigan have been a lot this season. So I'm fully expecting Arsenal to wipe the floor with them. But we watch in hope, don't we? We watch in hope. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. Redmond says, hey, no offence, but I hope Arsenal bottle the league. Come on, City. Brilliant stuff. I love that. Martin, hey, all the way from Kenya. Arsenal to win this one 2-0. Love that, Martin. Good to see you, mate. Lots of love to Kenya. Ian says, good morning, Key. Good morning, sir. How are you? Good morning. Whereabouts in the world are you if he's saying good morning, Ian? Got lots of people all over the world watching us right there today, but it's always lovely when someone's watching from the other side of the world. It always fascinates me. I love it. RCP is watching us right now in Honduras, in San Pedro Sula, in Honduras, which is always, it's amazing to me that we've got people so far around the world watching a bit of Premier League, Dad. I love it. Where's all the Reggies, says Shell. I'm pretty sure the Reggies will be coming in later on. The Reggies will be flying into the chat later on. I've got a few Reggies in on TikTok already. We've got a lot of Reggies in the chat on TikTok. Buzzy Muntu says, I've got to check in on my favourite Watchalong channel and personality. Yes, Buzzy Muntu. You love that. Lots of love to South Africa. K2, hey Key, what's up? I'm good, mate. How are you? How's things? Listen, big day of Premier League football. Big day of FA Cup football. But a big day of football overall, actually, because we've got tonight... We're watching Napoli-Roma in Serie A, so we're doing watch-alongs across all the big leagues and all the big games. But today, Sunderland have beaten Oxford 1-0. Leeds had to go to penalties against Birmingham. And Wolves have just beaten Grimsby on a very, very difficult pitch, it must be said. Yeah, difficult place to go, Blundell Park, at the best of times, but it's even worse when the pitch is bobbling and muddy and frozen in different places. Fulham came from behind to beat Stoke, and now Arsenal play Wigan. Ethan, how's it going? Reece, Prime Neuer or Prime Alisson, Key? Ooh, it's a tough one. I would go Prime Alisson, but Prime Neuer is very good too. I could certainly understand people choosing Prime Neuer. So if the Reggie start, trust me, the piss won't be the only thing making them cry. And Abdirahman, big up to my Kenyan people. Yes, love that. Yeah, Sarah's got him. Sarah's got him. She doesn't deal with anyone. She knows how to deal with the Reggies. At least Wolves could beat Grimsby. Yeah, at least Wolves could. That's a bit of a backhanded dig. Ethan, when's the draw? The draw is tomorrow. Yeah, draw's tomorrow, Monday. I think it's just before or just after I think it's just before the Brentford game, isn't it? Brentford play Macclesfield tomorrow. Oh, Celtic have pinched it late on against Killy. Kilmarnock 2, Celtic 3. Killy were 2-0 up in that game. Killy were 2-0 up and flying. And Sunderland have finally scored. Sunderland have finally won that game against Oxford at the Kassam. Don't add to my trauma of Grimsby. Well, listen. Let's go through the lineups because Wigan are in a little bit of a weird position because... Come on. Wigan are in a little bit of a weird position because they are on a run of... Is it 7 or 8 games without a win? Is it 7 or 8? I think it's 7. Yeah, 7. No, it's not. It's 8. It's 8 games without a win for Wigan in League One. They obviously beat Preston in the last round of the FA Cup, but it's 8 games without a win. 5 defeats in their last 6. They have sunk right down to 21st. They're 2 points from safety. They look increasingly likely to be going down and becoming a League 2 side next year, which is very, very sad to see because Wigan were once a phenomenal Premier League outfit. We liked Wigan a lot, didn't we? Jake says, Key, do you want to hear something funny? Go on, tell me. I always love hearing something funny. Tell me. What are we saying? Skelly in the midfield is going to be a nice watch. I don't understand why. Miles Lewis Skelly is getting put in midfield. He's not a midfielder. In spite of what many people claim, he's not a midfielder. He would never be a midfielder. He's a full-back. That's where he's going to play his football. Reece says even our lineup in the FA Cup is still very, very good. MG says, why do you complain about the way Arsenal play but watch every one of their games? I don't watch every one of their games, but I watch a lot of teams where I don't necessarily love the way they play football. Yeah, you just have... I love watching footy. Full stop. Man United living rent-free in the head. You think so, Tom? I don't know about living rent-free in the head. AFC says Skelly plays better as a midfielder than a fullback. What do you mean he plays better as a midfielder than a fullback? He's never really played in midfield professionally. In the first team, he's never really played in midfield. The vast majority of his appearances have been at fullback. This whole he's going to be a midfielder, it's nonsense. He's not. He's a fullback. He's a fullback. That's where he'll play. Can he play in midfield? Well, yeah, he can do a job in midfield, but he's a fullback. That's what he is. He'll never be anything other than a fullback. Celtic last minute winner again. Would you agree this season has been the worst in terms of quality from top to bottom? I would say so. Quality-wise, it's definitely been a difficult watch, I think, for most of the season. Rasta says Wigan won the FA Cup when they were in the Prem. They did. They won the FA Cup and got relegated, didn't they? They were playing in Europe while in the Championship. They were in the Europa League in the Championship. I think they were the last team to do that, actually, weren't they, Wigan? The last team to get relegated and win the FA Cup in the same season and obviously still be in Europe. HBCFC, did you watch Birmingham v Leeds? We should have won. I did watch Birmingham Leeds, and yes, absolutely, you should have won. The late block from Bijol was fantastic, though, from Leeds. I think they did really well. What are we saying? Sorry, Aaron. Appreciate you watch a lot of games, but you just ruin it complaining. I don't complain. A complaint would mean I am looking for some sort of an outcome or some sort of a... I'm not. There's no complaints. You complain to improve things. I don't complain about Arsenal. I just state how I see it. And it's not even just how I see it. Arsenal fans agree with me. It's not like I'm saying anything that's out of order. He has more traits to be a midfielder than a fullback. He's not great in one-on-ones. I don't think he's a particularly great fullback or a particularly great midfielder, if I'm being dead honest. I don't think he goes to the World Cup with England. He's just a decent young player, but he's never going to do it at Arsenal. He's always going to leave Arsenal. He has to leave Arsenal this summer, I think, the way that he's playing. I'd say 1 year he's going to do the same. And any young player, to be honest, at Arsenal, they're going to move on because they're not going to get in the side. He's got 2 players ahead of him, hasn't he? Lewis Skelly at left back. He's not going to get in. Craigie says the Arsenal boys are on a bender and Key the Geezer is a silver member. Redmond, who will win the Champions League? Champions League, I had a funny feeling that it'll be Arsenal all season. I think I said at the start of the season, I think this is Arsenal's year in the Champions League. But I don't think they win the Prem. I think they probably do something in the Champions League. But now, as the season's going on, I'm thinking the Champions League is going to be won by someone a bit of a surprise. Maybe Arsenal or Spurs, someone like that. Yeah, someone who's never won it before, never really competed for it, but, you know, they've maybe been in the final before. Arsenal or Spurs, I think, might win the Champions League this year. Someone like that. Ian Treasure says, can we do the halftime quiz now? Maybe. Let's do the should we do the halftime quiz now? I've got a couple of quizzes we could do. Akira, Arsenal to win the Champions League. That's new. Why is it new? I don't think so. I think it's that new. HCTXV, how is Arsenal a surprise when they're top of the Champions League group? I would say Arsenal would be a surprise to win it because they've never won it in 130 odd years or whatever it is. I'd say that would be a surprise. They've been to as many finals as Spurs have. MLS is another Willock, good player, but just not quite the level. That's about right. That's probably a fair and accurate comparison. I like that. Yeah, Lewis Skelly, similar to Willock. Finners Matty says Liverpool's next 4 matches are looking good, hoping for at least 10 points. Ryan says, afternoon, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Not good enough, Ryan. It's not good enough. I'm only messing. It's all good to have you, mate. Hopefully you stick around. Buzzy Muntu says, from a business point of view, seeing that one of your bigger visions is to grow Watchalong games all over the world, have you thought that in later stages you might rebrand your username? Possibly, yeah. To be honest, I didn't... Premier League Dad is not necessarily a reflection of watching the Premier League. I've always thought if you describe something as Premier or Premier League, it's top quality. And I'm a good dad. And we watch the Premier League. I don't know, that was kind of the asymmetry that I thought of when I started the channel. Whether or not it... I don't know, we'll see. Maybe there will be a rebrand in years to come. S. Mason, what do you think of the United Strand key? I like him. He seems a really nice, likeable fella. Nice fella. Good luck to him. Seems sincere. Seems genuine. I like him. Yeah. I'm a bit annoyed, actually. I'm a bit annoyed at the amount of stick that he's getting from footballers crying. Crybaby footballers. Finner says, where do we start considering an Arsenal treble? Or when do we start considering an Arsenal treble? Probably when they get anywhere close to winning. If they win the Carabao Cup and they start... Look, I don't know. Listen, I think at some point it is going to happen. I think they have to be prepared for it. At some point over the next month, Arsenal will be second in the table. Whether it be... they fall behind City due to City having played a game more or something. But it will happen. The gap will shorten further. It won't extend and it'll just be Arsenal top and smooth to the end of the season. It's going to be really close now. S. Mason Key, can you respect me as an Arsenal fan? I respect anyone, mate. As long as you're respectful to me, I'm respectful to you. No problem. Doesn't matter who you support. Techers rank Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. Scholes, then Lampard. Yeah. Scholes third, Lampard second. You really should just ask me rank Scholes and Lampard. 2-0 Rayo Vallecano. Who will win the league? I think Arsenal have to win it, like I said. I keep saying that. I've been pretty consistent with that all season. I think Arsenal have to win it given the amount of money they've spent. They've got to win it. Eventually, it's... yeah, you can't keep spending more money than everyone else and not win the league. So I'm sure at some point they'll win it. If it's not this year, it'll be next year. LFC Jake, how's it going? Good to see you, mate. Who is the biggest club in the Prem? Liverpool won the most trophies. S. Mason, love watching your lives, mate. Just can't stand the Arsenal hate, but you're a top bloke, mate. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. There's no Arsenal hate, though. I promise you, there's no Arsenal hate. The fact that I might celebrate if Wigan score today is not indicative of hate of Arsenal. I just like Wigan, and I like, to be fair, and I also enjoy watching teams that don't play good football, that don't take risks, kind of getting their comeuppance a little bit. I do not want Arsenal to win the league. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I'd rather City win the league. Rasta says Mark Goldbridge platform is big and he speaks his mind. That's why they hate on his channel like they do AFTV, honestly. Yeah, very true. Finner says, did you see the video West Ham put out after drawing with United? I didn't. Why? What did they do? What did they say? Amin says Arsenal v Wigan. It's going to be 4-0. 4-0 to Arsenal, you're thinking? And Sarah says, Rasta, no one hates AFTV. Well, maybe for Set, Ty, or Eagle. Ryan says, congratulations, Shellmate. You guys played well, the Everton women's game. What are we saying? Sorry, Birmingham don't go up this season, but win the championship this season. Or surely you mean next season, Nathan. Birmingham are developing a really good side, but yeah, I don't know if they might make the playoffs this season. They're still not far off the playoffs. Akira, who do I reckon has the biggest fan base? Probably United. Yeah, probably United. I'd say United have the bigger fan base, but again, we don't know. We don't know. You can't quantify it. It's impossible to put a number on it, so you'd never know. But United probably have the bigger fan base just because they've been, in the last 30 years, they've been the best side, generally speaking, and they have got a massive fan base out in the Far East and, you know, globally. I think United probably got the biggest fan base. Ghost, if City win the league, I don't want to hear anyone moan about the 115 charges anymore. Why? I actually think it's going to be entirely plausible that what happens is City win the league and then they get the book thrown at them if they have been found guilty. I think a decision has already been made whether it's guilty or not guilty. I think they end up getting the decision, sort of the charge, whatever it might be. The charge will be applied at the end of this season. They don't want to put the charge out middle of the season because it affects everything. So I think they've already made a decision, the Premier League, that they're going to wait till the end of the season, see how it plays out from a footballing perspective, and then apply the charge, whoever it is to, whatever it is for, whether it's relegation, whether it's transfer bans, whether it's fines, whether it's... maybe it's nothing at all. Maybe they get found not guilty of everything. Who knows? But I imagine there is going to be a punishment of sorts, and it'll only be applied at the end of the season. Redmond says, love the stream. When will United Strand get his haircut? I think probably next year at some point. I think 2027 at some point. Joe, hi Key and everyone. How's it going? Ethan, honestly, Leicester City is my favourite team to beat. And Normal Guy says, Key, who have you got Tuesday? Benfica or Real Madrid? I've got Benfica. Well, we're going to be watching that one. Yeah, we're going to be doing Real Madrid on Tuesday night. So I'm looking forward to watching that one with you. I think Real Madrid will do that. I think Real Madrid get their revenge on Benfica in that game. Rasta says, don't sleep on Wrexham getting promoted to the Prem next season. Wrexham too, yeah. Wrexham are flying as well. I still think the top two is going to be Ipswich and Coventry. I still think Middlesbrough fall away. I think Monday night was... well, listen, on Monday night we're doing Barcelona against Girona, but I am really keeping an eye on Coventry and Borough. I really do think Coventry turn that around against Borough. I've not been mega impressed by Borough this season at times. Cop Artist, how's it going, sir? How's it going? Lovely to see you. Sorkin says, I think Club Bruges can shock Atletico. They're doing well, Bruges, at the minute, aren't they? Played Cercle Bruges today. It's the Bruges derby in the Belgian Jupiler Pro today. I think they're winning. Is it 2-1? I think it's still 2-1 Club Bruges in that one. Are you doing Karabag v NUFC? Yes, I am doing Karabag. Finners Matty, West Ham showed all the players getting haircuts. And Shell says, why not, Key? Favourites again. Ours was in the season, not at the end. Favourites again. Ours was in the season, not at the end. I don't know what you mean, Shell. Sorry, I've lost you. Have I missed a comment earlier in the thread? Rasta says a lot of good Champions League matches in the week, honestly. Yeah, we're going to be doing Galatasaray against Juventus. We're going to be doing Karabag v Newcastle. Real Madrid against Benfica. And then on Thursday night, we're doing the Europa League game. So I think Fenerbahce against Nottingham Forest is one that we're covering, which is going to be, obviously, Vitor Pereira making his debut as Nottingham Forest manager against his former team, Fenerbahce. So we'll be able to watch that one. Wigan are in poor form. They are no wins in the last 8. They've just sacked their manager. They've got a new caretaker manager in. They're flying towards League 2 at the minute. 21st in League 1. Brady, big game for us today against Hearts. Almost like a cup final. This is to make or break the league for us. What do you think the score will be, my friend? I would like to see the Jam Tarts get a win. I'll be honest, Brady. I know you're a Rangers fan. I like Rangers. I actually, if I had 2 fingers in the drawer, choose between Celtic or Rangers, I like both, but I would probably choose Rangers. That's purely based off the fact that Rangers were nicer to me when I went to Ibrox than Celtic were when I went to Parkhead. That's literally it. There's no other thing other than that. But I like Rangers a lot, but I do want to see the old Jam Tarts win the SPFL this season. I'm rooting for Hearts. So hopefully Hearts can get something done this year. Ryan says, I saw the news that Vitor Pereira has been appointed. He's the 4th manager for Forest this season. Very true, yeah. Weird guy, Marinakis, isn't he? What are we saying? Sorry, Adam, Benfica unlucky to draw. Real Madrid and Sorkin. Do you think Bodo have a chance against Inter? Probably not. No. Probably not. I don't back Bodo over 2 legs against Inter. Sam, think you or Brentford will get 6th or 7th? Is that a question? I think Brentford will possibly. I think Brentford could get 7th. Yeah, I think Brentford could get 7th. It's a very real chance. Depends on a number of factors, I guess, how far they go in the cup, and could Keith Andrews, is he going to be able to balance the run of a cup run as well as the league form? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Rasta says, the ball is round, not sleeping on Wigan, no matter what form they're in, fam. Honestly, come on, you Gunners. Well, they're just showing the highlights here of when Arsenal played Wigan in the semi-final of the FA Cup not that long ago, and they needed penalties to beat Wigan. Mikel Arteta scored in that shootout, of course. Akira, sorry if this is silly. Why is it only in the Prem that the 5th spot gets to go to the Champions League? So it's basically a coefficient. It's not a silly question, by the way. There's a thing called a UEFA coefficient, and what they've decided is that the team or the country, the league, that performs best in Europe, so all of the teams that are in Europe, they apply points for every game that they win and how far they go in the competition, and at the end of the season, whichever nation has got the most points gets an extra Champions League spot. I think there's 2 actually get an extra. Is there 2 that get an extra, or is it just 1? I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but either way, if you're top, you get an extra Champions League spot. That's how UEFA have worked it. So, because England have got Palace doing quite well so far, Forest, Villa doing quite well so far, 5 of our teams in the Champions League went through in the top 8, plus obviously there's still Newcastle, who went through in the next sort of 9th to 24th or whatever. They're still in the Champions League. So because England have still got a load of teams in the Champs League, our coefficient rating is very, very high. We've got a lot more points than Spain, Germany, Italy, France. The chances are we will get that 5th spot again, the same as we did last year, and I expect we will get it again. New member, Sasha. Love that, Sasha. Thank you very much for joining the Premier League Dad Members Club. Lots of love, mate. Thank you very much for doing that. If you want to support the channel, if you want to get yourself a nice little chat logo and all that sort of stuff, we're developing everything at the minute, so you can can make your chat stand out a whole lot more. I'll read them out. I'll talk to you a bit more throughout the game. Whole host of other member benefits, including we give members only lives every single week. So if you want to be a part of that, get in amongst the Premier League Dad Members Club. Really appreciate it. Sasha Joe says Oxford played very well today. Just got beat by Sunderland in the end, sadly. What are we saying? Adam says, is the Conference League worth it for rich Prem sides? Yeah, of course it is. I think it's not even necessarily for the amount of money that you win, but think about West Ham. Think how happy those West Ham fans were for winning the Conference League. Like, that's a huge moment for them in their lives. They never thought they would have seen that rather. So I think West Ham winning it is huge. Palace, I think, will go really far in it this year. There's still Fiorentina, there's Rayo Vallecano, there's a fair few teams in the Conference League who could end up maybe winning this year, but Palace would still be the favourites. Sorkin, impressive that Villa are good in both the Premier League and the Europa League. Well, you say that, but they've lost 3 home games on the spin now, Aston Villa. Lost against Brentford at home, 10-men Brentford, lost against Everton, and then lost against Newcastle yesterday. So just having a little bit of a fall-off at the minute, Aston Villa. BW, I think he meant the likes of a top 6 side, not West Ham or Palace. Well, the chances are a top 6 side probably wouldn't make the Conference League, would they? I mean, Chelsea did, and Chelsea effectively played kids all the way to the final, pretty much. I think the first time they started playing, the main team was like semis, wasn't it? And then they played the full team in the final. The Helly, how's it going, mate? Lovely to see you. And Ryan Lamb says it's a shame that Oxford United got knocked out by Sunderland. Very soft penalty. Was it a penalty that won it for Sunderland in the end? I didn't see the game. I just saw that they'd won 1-0. But it's a tough place to go, the Kassam. It is difficult for a lot of teams. We saw Ipswich get beat there earlier this season. They're a good side at the Kassam, even if they are right down there in the Championship. Sharifa says Arsenal to win this one. I think so too, mate. Yeah, I expect Arsenal win this one today. They've got to, really, haven't they? All the pressure's on them. It's just a case of how many. They've got to put it past them. Is it quarterfinals next? No, 5th round. 5th round next. We got robbed, Key. Was it a soft penalty, or was it something else in terms of, were Oxford due a penalty, or was there a red card or something? What is it you're making you feel aggrieved towards the referee? Brendan says, how are you, Key? Can you answer 2 questions for me? 1, are you slot in or out? And 2, why do you hate Arsenal? Apologies if you've covered these topics in the past. Yeah, we don't tend to talk about them 2 things, mate. They're like taboo subjects on here because we get asked every 45 seconds. Ben says Celtic winning the league. Oh, Celtic winning in the last few seconds again. Just very resilient, Celtic, aren't they? Angus says Mundell playing amazing, but Matt Ingram was amazing. It was a pen, though. I didn't see Angus. I have no idea. I'm getting told in the chat. There's a couple of Newcastle fans in the chat over on YouTube that are telling me that it wasn't a penalty, but I'm sure you're right. John says, Wigan, Arsenal be sure of themselves, bound for a big fall, and never a pen, says Oxford fan. And we had a goal disallowed, which was never a foul on Lancashire. Callum, I wouldn't have thought this time last year Everton v Man United would play a massive part in our race for the Champions League. We need Everton to win or draw that. Come on, the Ev. Do you know what, Callum? They'll hate that as well next Monday. Next Monday night, we're going to be watching Man United-Everton, and Everton fans will hate it. They will absolutely hate it. They'll hate the fact that Liverpool fans are going, yeah, come on, Everton. Come on, Everton. Adam says refs are becoming too reliant on VAR. They forgot how to ref. Villa v Newcastle, a prime example. That's true enough. Rasta says, I can't understand why English clubs look down on some of these trophies. But otherwise, from loving the game, that's what it's all about, trophies. No matter how big or small you value them. This is it, Rasta, I agree. It's quite sad the FA Cup is treated almost as a secondary trophy now. It's not a major honour anymore, is it? I mean, you could tell that by the look at the lineups today. Did you have a look? Did you have a look at the lineups today for, say, Fulham against Stoke? Right now, the FA Cup is a huge opportunity for a club like Fulham to really go far, to get a great cup run, maybe to get into Europe. It's a massive opportunity for Fulham. Did you see the lineup they put out against Stoke today? Rested a load of players. And I know they've got a small squad, and I know they're looking at the league table as well, and I get all that. But it does feel like the FA Cup is just kind of becoming like the Carabao Cup now, where the top teams, even just all Premier League teams don't take the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup seriously at all. Absolutely, they don't care about it. It's not even of interest. If they go out, so what? It's sad. It's really sad. Ando says, what channel is the game on? It depends where in the world you're watching us, mate, but right now in the UK, it's on TNT Sports 1. Callum says, and the funniest thing is Everton are near the Conference League spots. They'll be dying to win. I'll be laughing at your keys shouting for us toffees. I'll get my blue shirt on for you, Shell. Wigan should be winning today, says Glover. And Phil says, FA Cup will always be a major honour. Doesn't matter what anyone says. I don't think so. I think people are treated... I think ultimately it's getting treated as a second-class honour by the teams that are playing in it. So it's just not... It's not a big deal anymore, the FA Cup. It's really sad. It's really sad. This is exactly the sort of game that you would have seen Arsenal take really, really seriously in previous years and put out maybe the full-strength squad. Maybe a couple of changes. And to be fair, it's not really a dig at Arsenal. It's across every single team. Everyone's doing it. Like I said, Fulham against Stoke. Joe, so this is round 4. Yes, this is round 4. Next is round 5. Skillerman Ndiaye will take Everton to Europe. Yeah. 2 assists in 18 months, Illiman Ndiaye. He's going to do it. Phil says the history of it, mate. Need to big it up more. I don't think it's anything to do... How can you big it up more? You can't big the FA Cup anymore. It's the oldest cup competition in the world. But clubs don't value it. Clubs don't value it. And to be honest, fans don't value it. Have you seen the stands? Have you seen the attendances at some of these fixtures? It's not the same. It's really sad. Really sad. Jake says, Key, I'm not sure who to hate watch next Monday between the Blue Noses or the Red Devil Scrums. Well, I'll be watching both. Everton v Man United. That's the game next Monday. Evan says, might as well put some Prem games on this weekend as well. Probably. Yeah, I'd have said so. Phil, it's sad, mate, that fans don't rate it. It's incredibly sad. It's not just the fans. Like I said, it's the clubs. Maybe the managers to a degree being sort of instructed by the clubs. Because at the end of the day, if you're a club owner and you're looking at it and going, well, we could win the FA Cup. But if we win the FA Cup, we only get, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's £1 million. But if we finish an extra 3 places higher in the league, because we're not in the FA Cup, we get an extra £10 million. And I don't know if that's the disparity, but it's something like that. So it might actually be better financially to finish 9th instead of 12th than it would to actually win the FA Cup. And that is astonishing, but it is kind of the way that football is heading. Jamie Phillips, you got a job? This is it, mate. Yeah, this is it. This is mine. This is my job, believe it or not. Punterholic says Crystal Palace made their jerseys gold after winning the FA Cup. Means a lot to some clubs. I think it means a lot to a lot of fans, but I don't think it means an awful lot to a lot of clubs, and that's the real sad thing. Dexio says, I do think that Wigan have a chance today. Well, let's hope so. I'm rooting for Wigan. Daniel says Pep spoke nicely of the competition. Yeah, did he reflect that in his team that he put out? Because again, if you're a City fan, you want to go and watch your team. That's a perfect opportunity. That FA Cup game yesterday, perfect opportunity. If you're, a dad and you've got a young lad or a young daughter, whatever, who are interested in football and they want to go and watch their first game, that would have been a great opportunity to do that. But you go and you're watching mostly the academy players for some teams. And it's not necessarily Man City's the case, but it's always the case with a lot of other teams. You go and you're watching second string players. It's like the FA Cup is disrespected overall, to be honest. Marmouche got robbed of a banger yesterday, and Virat says Atletico Madrid being mad after beating Barcelona. Atletico Madrid being mad after beating Barca 4-0. Why are they mad? We're watching Barca's next game against Girona on tomorrow night. Let's see if they can bounce back from that 4-0. Jimry, I'm good. What team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. But one of my best mates, if not my best mate, is a Wigan fan. So I've got a lot of love for Wigan. Football Talk says up the Wigan. Daniel says, come on, starting Haaland against Salford is silly. Why is it silly? I don't think it's silly. It's not silly at all. I don't think you necessarily can pin your whole argument on one player, but you would expect a manager to take it seriously. Car Spotting UK, what's your score predictions? It should be Arsenal 5, Wigan 0. Given the disparity in quality between these two teams, where they are in the tables, Arsenal top of the Premier League, Wigan 21st in League One, no wins in their last 8 games. It really should be about 5-0 Arsenal. Maybe more. If Arsenal aren't 4-0 up by half-time, then they should be docked points. They should be docked points, Arsenal, given the amount of opportunity they'll have to score today. And you know what? And this is the other thing as well. You'll get Arsenal win today by like 5-0, and then the fans will go, see, we can play attacking football. We can play attacking football. Sam says, as a Newcastle fan, I won't mind Arsenal for round 5. You want Arsenal for round 5 if you're a Newcastle fan? Ooh, we'll see. We'll do the draw tomorrow night. We'll do the draw tomorrow and let's see who you get. I think a lot of teams might fancy Arsenal if they're playing like they have been recently. Joe is your mate at the game. He's not, no. He's not. He's a telly-clapper. Telly-clapper like me. Sam, wait mate, my comment getting removed. What's your comment? I've not seen your comment. Sam says, hi Key, quick question about Scottish football. Do you think it'll ever get competitive? Seems like the same teams win it every year. It's getting boring. Can you share your thoughts, mate? Listen, Hearts are doing really well this year. I think everyone's kind of subtly rooting for Hearts over Celtic and Rangers. Hearts v Rangers later today, so we'll see. Daniel, City have one striker and the other players are more than capable of beating Salford without him. Well, they are, but you've got to respect the fans. Again, it's the whole point I'm making is that the FA Cup is being mega disrespected by owners, by managers, and as a result, fans care less about it. It's not a major honour anymore. It's basically like the slightly bigger sister, bigger brother of the Carabao Cup. Ryan says, do you think the Forest will get to the final in the Europa League? No. I don't think they get to the final in the Europa League, and I don't know about keeping them up. I don't know if Vitor Pereira keeps them up. It's a tough one, that. I still think Leeds get pulled into it. Eric Toll says, professional scaffolding right now. And Andrew says, when Prem opponents play 5 back and low block to stop us scoring, lower league opponents will be easier. I mean, yeah, a low block is not new in football, is it? It's not like Arsenal are the only team that have faced a low block. Callum says Merseyside derby is the best in the world. And Key, why is there no Man United fan cup watch-along? I know, yeah, why have we not got United on in the cup watch-alongs today? Daniel says the Emirates looking extra pretty today. Yeah, it's great, innit? Teams will feel stronger teams later in the competition. No, I understand how it works, Daniel. I just don't think it's right. Eugene, how's it going, sir? Lovely to see you. And Pup says Royal Marines are on the roof at Ibrox. Why? Andrew says no, but we get criticised more for not scoring against low blocks. I mean, I think you get criticised, Andrew, for the lack of risk and the lack of energy and the lack of intensity and just the general lack of attractive football. For a side so good with so many quality players, Arsenal get criticised for a lack of intent too frequently. Not all the time, of course. You can point at the odd anomaly and say, yeah, but we were great in that game. Yeah, but for the vast majority of the time, you're really, really difficult to watch. And that's not a me thing. That's like every Arsenal fan I've encountered says the exact same thing. Every time Arsenal drop points, the same thing gets levelled at Arteta or whoever the manager is. It's always, take the leash off him, take the handbrake off. Rasta says the smaller teams have to prioritise staying up and safe in particular teams, so the big teams most likely will win the cup, especially when they have bigger squads, unless there is an upset. That's very true, yeah. Such as Grimsby against United. Hey, Jake. Wow, look at that. Jake's joined the fan club for 300 days. That's amazing. Love that, mate. What a guy. Cheers, Jake. Good to see you, man. Right, we are off and underway at the Emirates. Come on, Wigan. Come on, the Ticks. Up the Ticks. Come on. I'd love it if Wigan got something here. Oh, can you imagine how good it would be if Wigan actually pinched something? The longer it stays 0-0, the better. Jamie, is your whole content Arsenal hate watching? Well, that would imply I only go live once a week. Or maybe twice a week, if Arsenal are playing twice a week. And no, I go live every single day. Sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. So logic would tell you, Jamie, Arsenal don't play 3 times a day. Andrew says we defo are too rigid at times, but 3 points are 3 points. A title is a title. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that matters to some fans. It matters more to fans who haven't won a lot. If you've not won for 20-odd years, as Arsenal haven't, then yeah, I understand that you need to win. And winning is the most important thing. But it's not the most important thing. It's just not. I don't care what anyone says. I would much rather play attacking football and enjoy watching my team than to play dreadful and win every week. I would rather lose some games 4-3 than to win every game 1-0 off a set piece. It's just, it's boring. Football is entertainment, primarily. Wigan started really well here. Wigan have started really, really well. Jake says it was all Newcastle in the summer. Your Arsenal fans aren't special in a good way, put it that way. This season, do all it takes to win things. Next season, exciting football. Yeah, maybe that is how it goes. Captain Spurs says, Key, if you only did Arsenal watch-alongs, you could call it the Corner Watch. Yeah, right angle TV. Right angle dad. Corner dad. Set piece dad. John says, if winning the FA Cup gained entry to European football, clubs would all be for it. Well, it does. It does. Winning the FA Cup does get you entry into European football. Maybe it's not the European football that everybody wants, though. I think if it guaranteed you a place in the Champions League, I think it would absolutely get very interesting. I would be up for that, actually. I would be up for taking the Champions... Because the Premier League can decide that, by the way. The Premier League can decide how Champions League spots are allocated. It doesn't have to be to the top 4, top 5 teams in the league. They could decide, and maybe they should decide, what we're going to do is we're going to give that 5th Champions League spot to the winners of the FA Cup. I think they should. Do it. Why not? 1-2-4, full strength against Wigan, a Champions League playoff it should be. And Jake, thoughts on the Toon match yesterday, Key? I thought you were so unlucky, mate. You were 1-0 down at half-time. Obviously, Bezo does something ridiculous and gets himself sent off, but I thought you were so unlucky. I thought it was a penalty in the first half on Harvey Barnes. I thought it was maybe a red card on Luca Dean as well for the tackle on Murphy. And it was definitely not a goal. The Villa goal was 1,000,000% offside. So all of a sudden, Newcastle find themselves a goal down and, you know, at half-time when maybe it should be 0-0 or even 1-0 to Newcastle, and maybe Villa at 10 men at that point. So it was nice. I thought it was justice to see Villa sort of lose that, or Newcastle turn it around and win it. I think that was the right result overall. Musi Menta says Arsenal to win 3-0 and Cabalblito Angelica. Arsenal must score 3 goals. Brandon says if it's boring, why do you keep watching it? Same reason you keep coming back, Brandon. I guess. Same reason you keep coming back here. Ben says Wigan all over him so far. They've started well, haven't they, Wigan? Yeah, they've done all right so far. Come on the ticks. Aiko, give us one reason why you hate Arsenal. I don't hate Arsenal, but the Reggies have surface shell. You're right. They've popped their head through the window. Sarah says its fan bases are the most annoying. Is that good enough? Chimey, Grimsby to win the cup and play with the champions next season. And Joe, Key, what are you going to do? Kerry's report. I don't think she was on about me. I think she was on about Callum. Or someone, I don't know. Wasn't me. 1, 2, 4, apart from Salmonella, Arteta, don't trust his youngsters. Arteta does not like playing the likes of Lewis Skelly and Wanyuri. And I mean, Eze's not a youngster, of course, but it's weird that they made such a big effort to sign him and he's barely played. I do think Eze is going to be really... He's going to regret going to Arsenal. I think he might already regret going to Arsenal, if I'm dead honest. Because I don't think he ends up going to the World Cup. Lewis Skelly certainly doesn't end up going to the World Cup. Wouldn't be a surprise if Madueke doesn't go to the World Cup either. You know, there's only so many wingers that you can take. And I think it's probably going to be Saka, Palmer, probably Rashford, Gordon over the other side. Arsenal into the box. Good defending from the Latics. Cleared away. Eze suits Spurs more and Javi suits Chelsea more. Arsenal got greedy. Here is Eze. Aiko, what are you saying? Sorry, mate. What's the point of a watch-along if we can't interact with the live streamer? You can, absolutely. Interact all you want, mate. Roshant says, where is Ethan Wanyuri? Ethan Wanyuri is on loan at Marseille and doing well, to be honest. He's already started his career well at Lom, and I expect that he will probably make that permanent in the summer. Captain Spurs says, every watch-along includes people in the chat either saying Key hates Arsenal or that he supports them. I know it can't be both, can it? Can't be both. Callum says we've got Chelsea, United, Everton in the run-in. How many points from them? 9. 9 points. Easy. Jake, hope Lewis Hall goes to the World Cup. Phenomenal player. I like Lewis Hall a lot, and I think if I look at the left-sided options, I think he still takes Luke Shaw. I think he likes Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's done well for United recently. I think Shaw goes. I think he probably does take... For me, he's got to take Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly's maybe the best young left-back in football at the minute. I think he's phenomenal. He's fantastic, and he can play in midfield. But I think just as Lewis Skelly skies went over the bar, that's why Lewis Skelly's not getting anywhere near that World Cup squad with O'Reilly in there. No chance. He's just a taller, better, faster... stronger, better finisher, can play in midfield, can do it all. Nico O'Reilly's 10 times the player Lewis Skelly is. I like Wigan's kit. I like Wigan. Oak Radio, are you looking forward to the World Cup in June? I am. Hey, and a bit of news, I might actually be going over to the US. I might even be going over to the US for a little bit of coverage. A little bit of live coverage. Still not been decided yet, but yeah, possibly. It could be going over just to document a few more of the games than would be possible if I was here. Because some of the games are kicking off at like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And if we go to the US, then it's only like early afternoon, isn't it? Germanium says, could you please show them playing? I can't, mate, sadly. I'd love to. Views would go through the roof, but no, I can't, sadly. Oak Radio, yes, fantastic lives from you in the USA during the World Cup. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I was looking at flights earlier today, so it still needs to be all priced up and everything. But yeah, the plan is potentially to head over there before the first game, which is I think the 7th of June. Is that right? Or the 8th of June. Either way, the plan is to head over there for maybe a few days before, get settled, and then do the whole World Cup and fly back a couple of days after the World Cup finishes. Jake says, Hall can play in midfield. I do like O'Reilly as well, but Hall has to do more every week. I think Livramento, if he gets back fit, he should be going as well. 3 stars says, you're welcome to watch the stream like any Arsenal fan, but every stream, it's why do you hate Arsenal? It gets a bit boring after a while. True enough. What are we saying? Jake says he's playing in Marseille now. And Madwecki, it's 1-0 Arsenal. That's lasted 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That took very little time at all, and all of a sudden Arsenal are in front. Great, fantastic. Let's watch it back. Do you know what? It's a very muted celebration, isn't it? This is, again, it's a reflection of just how little these teams care about the World Cup, about the World Cup, the FA Cup. Sorry, we were just talking about the World Cup. It's a reflection of just how little these teams care about it. It's a lovely ball through. Madwecki, good finish. It's a good finish. Good pass from Eze. Good goal. Good finish. Routine. 10 minutes in. Arsenal 1. Wigan 0. Hey, and you know what? They'll have the cheek to say, see, we can play good football. We can play good footy after all. Cornell says, Key, who's the best team in Scotland in your opinion? Hearts for me, mate. Come on, Wigan, make a bit more of a game of this. I thought we'd get at least a bit longer than 10 minutes. I thought we'd last a bit longer than 10 minutes. Open play FC, listen to them. Listen how gutted they are. Foden is enough proof that City mates are only system players and only can't perform outside that system. Take any of them and the manager will regret it. No, mate, come on. Foden's better than Eze. You've got to take Foden. There's no way Eze goes over Foden. Not a chance. Finlay says, thoughts on Madwecki as a signing? I was very against it at first, but he's definitely been good. He's done all right, yeah. He's done okay, but if I'm dead honest, I don't really understand it. Like, from Madwecki's point of view, he's not going to start, is he? How many starts is he actually going to get as a? He's going to end up needing to leave Arsenal to really cement himself in the England squad. He's never ever going to be the player that he wants to be as a backup at Arsenal, and that is what he is. Let's call it what it is. He is a backup to Bukayo Saka. He's never, ever going to start ahead of him. So it baffles me, really, why he went to Arsenal. I thought it would. The same with Eze, to be honest. Eze is not going to start over Odegaard. If Odegaard's fit, he starts. He'll get games in this. No problem. Games where they're not bothered. FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Yeah, no problem. You start them. Start them all day. Big games, nah. Not a chance. Reece, surely he came to Arsenal knowing he'd be a backup. And well, I know, but then isn't that even more perplexing? Maybe it's an acceptance that he's not that bothered about starting games of football. And isn't that really sad? Wigan into the penalty area. Can't win it back. That should be a foul, that ref. No, Mosquera comes away with it. Finlay says maybe just ambition to win something. Chelsea realistically aren't contending for anything. I know, but why would you want to go and ride the bench and win trophies? And I mean, again, it's not even necessarily going to Arsenal is not a guarantee of trophies. It's a very risky move. They've won nothing for 6 years. And going to Arsenal and signing up to be the right winger, where you're not going to play, you're always going to be behind Saka, just an odd move to me. Surely he would have had better options. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a peculiar one. Roshan says, in my opinion, Foden and Eze both don't go. I'd pick Palmer and Morgan Rogers. I think Palmer's going to be off that right wing, though, isn't he? Palmer's not going to play through the middle. Maybe you just wanted to get the hell out of whatever Chelsea is, football club. And Connor says, not everything's a foul when it's Arsenal, pal. Get a grip. That was a foul, though. That one actually was a foul. Wigan now coming away with it. Come on, the Ticks. That was a foul. Nobody near him. I don't even know, says Madueke should start over Saka. I love Saka, but still. And Aiko says, man's not looking the easy way out. I'm sure you love when players come to Liverpool to challenge for places. What's the issue with the player going to Arsenal for the same reason? I don't know of a single player who has come to Liverpool, a young player with ambition who's come to Liverpool where they are clearly going to be second choice. I've never ever seen that. For a lot, I can't name an example. I genuinely can't name an example off the top of my head. If you can, then more power to you. I cannot name an example off the top of my head that would be even remotely comparable to Saka and Madueke. Callum says Braden Nunes left, Jota died, simple as, and Diaz left too. Why did Poole sign Isak? Well, because we lost 2 strikers, so you need to generally sign 2 to replace 2. And that is kind of the situation that Liverpool were in. We lost 2, so we need to sign 2. Finlay says he's played some off the left as a starter, just got game time and Saka needs rest. Mason, Endo. Yeah, Endo's not the same as Madueke, though. Endo got a move to Liverpool from Stuttgart. He was already basically 30. It's not the same as Madueke, is it? Rasta says, facts, I got to split justice. We haven't won no trophies for a while now. And GTFC says, Arsenal had Pompey, Wigan. They'll probably get Mansfield in the next round. Nimi Guna says, Key, it's 1-0 to the Arsenal. How do you feel? I'm good, mate. I'm great. I'm looking forward to football. I always love watching football. We've got Napoli-Roma tonight. Girona-Barcelona tomorrow. We're doing all the Champions League games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Games every day, as you know. Games every day on this channel. Oh, for God's sake, we want to do the old... puzzle piece. Right. Saka starts on the right for England in the summer. Arguably first name on the team sheet when fit. Not for me. I think Palmer starts over Bukayo Saka. Brandon says Arsenal signed Madueke for backup for Saka, not as his replacement. No, I agree, and that's what we're discussing, mate. That is what we're discussing. We're discussing how ridiculous it is that he signed for Arsenal as a clear backup. If a player has got ambition, if a player believes in their own talent, why would you go and sign to be backup to someone? Clear backup. K Jonesy, how's it going, mate? Lovely to see you. Kie's a similar situation, maybe. Arsenal, Martinelli, it's 2-0. It's 2-0, and he's stuck it in the bottom corner. That's a good finish. Another good finish from Arsenal. 18 minutes in. We've seen 2 good goals. It's a bit of a treat, this. It's a bit of a rarity, seeing Arsenal play good football. And Eze, look how disappointed Eze looks. He's just picked up his 2nd assist. And I think he knows he's straight back out the team again. Soon as Odegaard's fit, straight back out the team, lad. You're not going to that World Cup. Well done choosing Arsenal. You're going nowhere. But well done. You got 2 assists against Wigan. It's a lovely pass, straight into Martinelli. Martinelli runs onto it, and a lovely finish into the corner. Really good finish. Arsenal can play good football against League One sides. There you go. It's 2-0. Hearts are 1-0 up against Rangers as well. The old jam tarts are flying. King Sloth, are these from open play as well? And oh yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Open play, more open play goals. It's open play FC. It's open play FC. World-class football being served up on a Sunday. Right, do you know what? The thing is, I reckon that us lot in the chat, we could get, of the you know, several hundred people that are watching now, I don't know how many are in across all the platforms, but however many there are of you right now, I absolutely guarantee we could get a bunch of play. We could get 11 lads together to beat Wigan. They're shocking. They're absolutely shocking, Wigan. Captain Spurs says, Arsenal fans getting ready to say, see, we can attack and score open play goals. And oh, this is it. They'll use today as a leap to say, well, hey, you said we can't play good football, but did you not see us against Wigan? Oh, Rangers have equalised. Rangers have equalised. Reece says, Wigan feel honoured playing against the best team in Europe. Oh, that's not empty seats, is it? That's not empty seats there, is it? Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe there's empty seats. Oh, even Arsenal fans aren't going seeing their team. There's empty seats at the Emirates. I can't believe it. It's on a weekend. It's not even like it's, you know, midweek. It's not even like midweek. They've not got the excuse. There's empty seats at the Emirates. It's the best team in the world. Go and watch them. Why are you not watching them? Abdul says, if you don't enjoy Arsenal play, then you shouldn't watch them play. Simple as possible. I like watching Arsenal play. It's good. It gives me something aspirational. Gives me something I definitely never want to see Liverpool do. Why are Arsenal fans so salty, says Roshanth. Why are they crying in the chat? Graham says they only play open play football against lower division teams. And GTFC says Wigan 21st in League One, Arsenal, calm down. It's Wigan. Yeah. Well, it's like that Neville Southall thing, isn't it? Do you remember the Neville Southall, Michael Owen training video? Where Michael Owen scores past that like 13, 14-year-old goalkeeper. And he scores past him and he runs off going like that, going, yes, get in. And Neville Southall goes, well done, he's 14. It's basically that. Well done, it's Wigan. Well done. You've smashed it. CJ, come on, Key, we aren't that bad. Oh, you are. You are that bad at the minute, mate. I have to listen to it every week. My best mate's a Wigan fan. He's absolutely... He hates it. He hates it at the minute. Robert Howe of Athletic gone from beating Barca 4-0 to losing 3-0 to Vallecano. It's La Liga at the minute. It's a crazy league. Be interested to see if Barca can bounce back tomorrow. We're going to be live watching Girona-Barcelona tomorrow night. Girona are unbeaten in 6 games. Or is it? No, it's one defeat in 6 games. 1 defeat in 6 games for Girona. They've become a difficult side to beat. Barcelona have lost to Real Sociedad not that long ago. They lost against Atletico Madrid. They've fallen behind Real Madrid at the top of La Liga. They need to get back to it. Here's Madueke, the backup, into Saka, pulled it back. Ah, it's 3. It's 3. And you know what? It's the first unpretty goal that we've seen today. It's an own goal from Wigan. But there you go. Arsene Wenger had the Invincibles. Now we're watching Mikel Arteta's Unwatchables. It's shocking stuff, but it's there. It's 3-0. Well done, it's Wigan. Well done, it's League One, Wigan. 21st in League One, but this is another one. It's open play FC. We're getting to this level now. Madueke, unbelievable. If only Thomas Tuchel could see. Oh, what are you doing? If Arsenal played like this in the Premier League, they'd receive so much less hate. But they won't, will they? This is the point, they won't. They won't play like this. They're scared, they're terrified. Own goals, top goal scorer again. Top goal scorer for Arsenal, own goal FC. Oh, brilliant stuff. TMUA says top goal scorer steps up again. Own goal, what a player. Oh my God. Sarah says City shouldn't be celebrating anything against Salford. That's true enough. Kay Jonesy, we need to hire another set piece coach. They're in again here. It should be. Oh, keeper. They're in. He's got to finish it. Oh, they can't even make it 4 after 25 minutes. This could be double figures, this. I'll be honest, if this isn't double figures, Arsenal should just sack Arteta tonight. You're playing against the pub side. This isn't world-class football. You're playing against this is the dog and duck. This is Arsenal against the dog and duck. It's Arsenal against the dog and duck. Oh, GTFC says, to be fair to Wigan, they have bigger fish to fry. They need to focus on staying up. Yeah, 21st in the league. They've got to just find a way of staying in the division, and I honestly don't think they will. Saka. Starboy. Oh, even Starboy can't get on the score sheet. Martinelli. Cleared away. Cleared away. Reece says Liverpool would probably still be 0-0 at this point, Key. Yeah, but we'd have self-respect, Reece. We'd have a bit of self-respect. Mitchell says, buddy, City played against a worse team than Wigan, and they only scored 2. Nah, Salford aren't worse than Wigan. Salford have beat Wigan. Salford have beat Wigan at the minute. Guarantee you Salford have beat Wigan. Brandon says, before the game started, you had hopes of Arsenal losing to Wigan. I didn't say they would, though, did I? I knew Wigan would get beat. I said to you, the shocking Wigan. Arsenal should be 10-0 up at half-time, and it's looking that way, to be honest. TMUA says, most of these Wigan players were doing the shelf-stacking shifts at Tesco last night. This is it. They're all knackered. They've just come off night shift. They've just come off... They've just come off nights, these Wigan players. They've been working in the Amazon warehouse. Government name unknown says, give us Arsenal in this competition and we'll smoke them. They've scored 4. Oh, Gabriel Jesus. Go on, let's get Gyökeres on. Get Gyökeres on. He needs some goals, that lad. Oh, hey, Gabby's doing it. All right, Gabby's got a celebration. Go on, lad. Go and celebrate. It's only Wigan. It's Arsenal 4, the dog and duck 0. Oh, sweet Lord. Make it 10. We want 10. All the 14 Wigan fans. And all, to be honest, there's probably more Wigan fans than Arsenal fans in that ground. Arsenal so desperate to see the best team in the world. They can't even sell out in the FA Cup. There you go. Right. Well, listen. It's a lovely ball over the top. He's offside. He's offside, him. He was offside then. They can't even score proper goals. They're offside. Offside. But it's going to be Arsenal 4, Wigan 0. 28 minutes on the clock. Oh, brilliant stuff. Arsenal to win the world. Arsenal to win the world. Let's do it. 4-0 for God's sake, Jake. Listen, it's Wigan. It is the Neville. We need to get the Neville Southall gif. Well done, he's 14. 5-0, ha ha ha, suck on that, says Fahim. Is it 5 yet? Can you see into the future, Fahim? Blake says, I'm not sure how the FA Cup YouTube channel will fit in the highlights. This is world class. I'll be honest, I don't think they're going to be that bothered about showing the highlights here. I don't think they're going to be that bothered at all, you know. Aiko says Arsenal have more fans than people living in Liverpool and you're worried about selling out an FA Cup game. I'm not worried about it. It's peculiar. It's peculiar, isn't it, why Arsenal, the best team, undoubtedly the best team in the whole world, they've not been able to sell out a home game on a Sunday afternoon. A lovely, calm, relaxing Sunday afternoon. You've got a great opportunity to go and see the best team in the world. It's like the Etihad. It's the Etihad. Maybe Arteta's brought the fans with him from City. I don't know what's going on. It's empty. The stadium's empty. Christopher says that offside is why I like VAR. Factual decisions. Well, yeah, I would have thought that would have been offside as well. But hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. It was always going to be an Arsenal win today. The 4-0 up after half an hour. And now it's about, let's go and get 10. We want 10. Let's get Gyökeres on. Go on. Get Gyökeres some goals. Let's stat pad a bit of it against Wigan. Well, Gyökeres has been brilliant. He got 46 goals this season. 29 of them were against Wigan. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going. We can score loads. We're a great side. Did you not see how attractive we played against bloody Wigan? We can play great attacking football. Oh, brilliant stuff. It's only Wigan. Bet you would have loved Liverpool beating Plymouth. I would have loved Liverpool beating Plymouth, yeah. I mean, in fairness, we had like Oakley Cannonier and we had kids I don't think you'd remember half of the Liverpool lineup against Plymouth. We weren't starting Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka and all the best. We really weren't. We were starting a lot of kids, to be honest. We had Wataru Endo at centre-back that game. But still, we still got beat. It is what it is. But yeah, listen, you're doing unbelievably well. You're the best team in the world. It's the best team in the world, undoubtedly. Daniel says, this is why Arsenal are the best team in the world. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree. You couldn't... Listen, Real Madrid wouldn't do this, would they? Real Madrid couldn't do this to Wigan. Barca couldn't do this to Wigan. I mean, look at what Barca did against Atletico Madrid last night. It tells you everything. They couldn't do this against Wigan. That's a good faith argument. Wigan, go on, get one Wigan. Do you know what the referee should just do? One Wigan goal equals like 10. Because that's what they're going to need. Eze, what a pass that is from Eze. At what point does Arteta get a little bit worried about Eze? Because if he gets another assist today, that'll be 3 assists. At some point, he's got to have a conversation with him and be like, listen, mate, I know you got 3 assists against Wigan. And I get it, it was great. However, you're on the bench this week. So, good lad. You're going to be on the bench. Kingslaw said they're using the excuse that they've put out that 11 to show respect, but we all know they're scared. Well, they have to start winning games of football. They've won 3 out of 6. It's not exactly best team in the world form. So they've got to start winning games of football. Maybe it's a confidence boost that they need. Nate for the Star says, what is Wigan doing? Did they give up? I think they have. Yeah, 30 minutes in. I think it's over, to be honest. Reece says Bayern would struggle against this lot. And GTFC says Wigan play so dirty, so they lose 3-0 and forfeit. That's true. Yeah, they should just go around. Just go and, kick a few. Go and volley a few Arsenal players. They'll get red cards and they'll get them sent off. And they'll have to abandon the game. Oxford fan says the thing is they're playing Spurs next and Eze scored a hattie against them. The Spurs game next week's going to be interesting. We're going to be on for that one as well. Igor Tudor. Come on, Igor. We're all Spurs fans for that one, aren't we? We're all Spurs fans for that game. It's absolutely sensational stuff. I Am Finn says the trouble is Eze just seems really lazy when we play in the Prem. Lazy? Do you think that's the reason? I mean, listen, Eze was phenomenal for Crystal Palace, but I just feel like it was totally the wrong decision for him to join Arsenal. I don't understand why he would join Arsenal. He's gone there, same as Madueke, clearly second choice, and he's not going to get first choice. So it's baffling to me. Rob O'Bayens is advocating for violence in a cup game. Advocating for violence? Get yourself sent off is not advocate for violence. Behave yourself. Advocate for violence. Advocate for violence. I've never heard such nonsense. Key has the vibes of a Spurs fan, to be fair. That's an insult. That's really not nice. That's unfair. Boyhood club with a chance of winning the... Well, I know, but boyhood club with a chance of winning the Prem on the bench. I don't know, would you do that? I mean, he did, but I would have thought a player like Emirates would have backed his talent and gone, no, I'm going to go and play somewhere. I'm going to go and play somewhere every single week. Every week I'm going to go and play and play and play, and that's what I'm going to do, and he's not going to do that at Arsenal. That's a penalty, ref. Wigan! Oh! Jesus Christ, you were one-on-one with Kepa and you couldn't put it in. Oh, that would have been amazing. That would have been incredible. Oliver O'Neill, Key, what can Arsenal do for you to actually credit the talent they have? What more can I say short of you have the best squad in the world and will win the league this season? And I've tipped you to win the Champions League. Is that not enough credit? What credit are you looking for beyond that? You're the best in the stratosphere, in the universe. What more are you looking for? Rob L says, you literally said to commit a foul worthy of red cards. Yeah, but that doesn't mean violence. Where have you got violence from? You can get sent off without even touching a player. TMUA says, for 120k a week, I'd sit on Arsenal's bench every week. Well, I would. Yeah. But you wouldn't be if you were a Premier League footballer and you've only got a short career, you've worked all your life to be at the top of your game. Surely you would aspire to be better. Surely you would aspire to be... Well, listen, I guess it's a mentality thing. You either are happy to be a... Do you want to be the star in a team? Do you want to be a star and win something as the best player in the side or one of the best players? Or are you happy to be a squad player? And like at the end of the year, at the end of your career, you can look back at all them medals on the wall, right? All them wonderful medals and trophies and go, I was a part of that. I was a part of that. I came on in the 94th minute in that final. Played a big part. Ryan says, I don't think Arsenal will win the Champions League this season. I think so. I think so. Daniel, how many world-class players do you think Arsenal have? 4. 4 world-class players. We've done this many times before. 4 world-class players I think Arsenal have. Reece says it's going to be 17-0 to Arsenal by 54 minutes. And Besoufe says Arsenal, the Gunners forever. CJ, you're watching Coventry tomorrow? I'm not, mate, no. I won't be watching Coventry. I'll be watching Girona Barcelona. King Sloth, not everyone wants to be a Tevez now, do they? Blake, how many world-class players do Liverpool have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for Liverpool, 4 for Arsenal. There you go. Ando says players don't go through, or players go through dips in form. I didn't hear people saying this when he got a hat-trick versus Spurs, Key. Do you think that's what it is? No, I'm not saying Eze is out of form. He scored, I mean, he's two fantastic assists today. I don't think there's anything to say that Eze is out of form. He got a lot of stick the other day, though, didn't he, against Brentford, from Arsenal fans. I don't think Eze is out of form. I think he's a wonderful player that needs to play more, and he's made the wrong choice in going to Arsenal, that's all. Here's Madweke, stands it up, chance! Should have been 5, that. It's going to be a corner. I think we have 5, to be honest. 2 of the players. What, for Arsenal? The 4 world-class players, I think, for Arsenal, I think we've done this before. 4 world-class players for Arsenal are Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Rice. They're the 4. After that, you're scratching around a little bit. For Liverpool, Alisson, Van Dijk, Kanate, Szoboszlai, Salah, Isak. 6. Good claim that from the keeper. Gyökeres, yeah, Gyökeres as well. Sorry, I forgot Gyökeres. I can't believe I forgot Gyökeres. Goodness me, how have I left him out? Vincent Jamie Lane says, if Eze wants medals, he chose the wrong club. They'll win nothing again this season. If Arsenal win nothing this season, I mean, that's like the biggest failure we've ever seen. But I don't think they win nothing. They'll at least win the Carabao Cup. Anon, have you watched any of the rugby, mate, or not bothered? No, not bothered at all. Don't really follow rugby, to be honest. Sufi says Kanate world class, but Saka isn't. I don't think you can name 5 better centre backs than Kanate. That's my criteria. My criteria is top 5 in their position in world football, and I think Kanate is top 5. And I think this summer will tell you that, because this summer Real Madrid want him. I think pretty much any team in Europe would take Kanate this summer. And I think Liverpool are desperate to sign him, and hopefully he stays. So I wouldn't... There's not another centre-back in Europe I would be, like, mad keen to swap Kanate for. The guy's an absolute monster. Roshan says, Key, Ekatiki's not world-class, mate. Ekatiki's not world-class. Not yet. Nowhere near. Nowhere near world-class. He's a wonderful young player, but he's not world-class. He's definitely not world-class. No, Kanate, you're not getting 5 better centre-backs than Kanate. Even if we say right-sided centre-backs then, right-sided, you're not getting 5 better right-sided centre-backs. Like, you could argue Van Dijk, Gabriel, Saliba, right? Those 3, you could argue, are better than him. I don't think they are, but you could argue. I think Van Dijk is, but I don't think they are. But you could certainly put an argument forth. What I'm saying to you is, even if we just say right-sided centre-backs, then, yeah, I don't think you can name 5 better. I think you'd really, really struggle to name 5 better. Jake, how have you changed your criteria? I've not changed criteria. I've always said it's the best top 5 in the world. That's been very consistent for months. That's my criteria for world class. If you are in the top 5 positions, top 5 players in your position in world football, then I think you're world class. So, given you're a centre-back, I think right-sided centre-back and left-sided centre-back matters, doesn't it? Maybe for centre-backs we have to say 10 then. Maybe it's 10 for centre-backs, because you can have 2 players there. Strike from Wigan. Oh, good save from Kepa. A much better, unlucky from Wigan. We've got 3 minutes to half time. Still surprised it's only 4-0. I thought Arsenal might stick a few more past them. Christopher, who is the Premier League signing of the season? I think Xhaka. Xhaka quite comfortably for me. And Eric says, should have done a watch-along for the Rangers game, mate. What a game so far. 2-2 at half-time. Come on, the old Jam Tarts. Done really well. So what 5 right wingers are better than Saka? Salah. Salah's better than Saka. Yamal is better than Saka. Elise is better than Saka. Palmer is better than Saka. Doué is better than Saka. Yeah, I'd go all of them, to be honest. But I can understand Saka's probably not far behind. To be honest, Semenyo this season, to be honest. Jose says, Key, I think you'd get in this Wigan team. I agree, mate. I think most of us are getting this Wigan team at the minute. Zolo says, what's your opinion on that Mascara? Seems cheap for 13 million. Good, yeah, very good player, tidy player. He's certainly worth more than the 13 million. But again, the question begs itself, if you're a good, tidy, talented young player, is there a pathway for a centre-back at Arsenal? Again, he's another player who I think will be knocking on the door of Arteta before long and saying, listen, I'm not happy here, mate. Saka, oh, a bit of a heavy touch there from the best winger in the world. Sufi says, Doué has 3 goals and 2 assists in the McDonald's League. Oh, and that, as we know, that's ultimately what we measure goals and assists on, isn't it? That's what we measure talent on, goals and assists. Shay said, I'd have Mbermo and Ahmad over Saka all day. I like Saka. It's not a dig on Saka. I really like him. I think he's a really top player. I just don't think he's world class. Liam, do you actually hate Arsenal? No. I don't hate Arsenal. I've said it many, many times. I have nothing against Arsenal. I like him a lot. GTFC is Onana in goal for Wigan. Did you see Onana against Trabzonspor the other day? Oh my God. He had an absolute shocker. Conceded 3 absolute howlers in the same game. King Sloth, would you put Schlotterbeck and Militao in the best centre-backs, Key? No. No, I wouldn't. Schlotterbeck's very good, though. Joel says, even you, Key, are better than Saka. I wouldn't go that far, but I like Saka. I don't mind Mbermo. I think Mbermo's a very talented player. I just don't think... Yeah, I'm not sure I would say Mbermo's world-class, though, either. Julia says 2 minutes of stoppage time and Saka has been ruined by Arteta, overplayed. Aiko says, so in other words, there are only 55 world-class players in your book, just checking for clarity. Yes. Yes. And I think that's reasonable, isn't it? Would you not agree? Because otherwise, if you can... Listen, I understand. Some people have a different definition. Some people will say things like, if you're the best in the world in your position, therefore they think there's only 11 world-class players. And that's fine. That's their right to think that. Other people make it a bit looser. Other people say you're world-class if you are in the top 20 or the top... And then it's like 200 world-class players. I think 55 feels about right. If you can say there's 55 world-class players in the world, that's it. If you're in the top 5, and it does fluctuate a little bit, but if you're in the top 5 in your position, in my opinion, then I would consider you to be world-class. I think that's a reasonable criteria to have. Liam says, I know you'll call me delusional for this, but I reckon sell Saka and Havertz to get a good left winger and a striker. MC Chungus, who are they? Who are the 55 world-class players? Oh, sweet Lord. I don't know. I'd have to write them all down. I've never done it and written it all down, but that's my criteria. Sam says, hey, Key, awful performance, but we got the win over the line. The rain and the snow in Grimsby caused the weather to be difficult to play in. Well, listen, we have got our halftime quiz coming up now. Halftime quiz coming up. If you want to stick around for it, it's an Arsenal-themed quiz, believe it or not. I made it an Arsenal-themed quiz, given it is Arsenal we're watching today. So I thought we'd do an Arsenal-themed quiz. So, name for me, if you can, in the chat, right? Type it in the chat. The top 20 Arsenal goal scorers in Premier League history. Give me the top 20. Get your answers in. Top 20 Arsenal goal scorers in Premier League history. You mentioned Kanate and everyone wanted him as your reason for being in the top 5, so you're telling me if Saka was available, those same people wouldn't want him. No, that's not the criteria. That's not what I said. I said I don't think Kanate, I don't think you can name 5 better centre-backs, or I can't name 5 better centre-backs than Kanate. I think I can name 5 better wingers than Saka. Van Persie, Oxford hand. Yeah, Robin Van Persie is 3rd with 96. Henri says Rochant. Yeah, Henri is top with 175. Daniel says Walcott. Walcott is 7th with 65. Gabriel is not in the list, no. Fabregas, though. Fabregas is 17th with 35. Has Gyökeres broken into the top 20 yet? Not quite, no. Bergkamp is 4th, yep, with 87. Olivier Giroud says... Where's Olivier Giroud? Olivier Giroud was by... Who said Olivier Giroud? Frederick, you said Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud is 5th with 73. Ian Wright says Terry. Yeah, Ian Wright is 2nd with 104. Own goals. Own goals, yeah. Own goals is right at the top. Own goals is right at the top. Check your mic. Why? What's going on with my mic? Is my mic not working? Is my mic not working? Let me listen to my mic. Hang on. Hang on. Hold fire. Hold fire. Let me listen to my mic. Let's see if my mic's working. Is it working? Check your mic. Why? What's going on with my mic? Nah, it's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Mic's fine. Mic check. Arshavin. No, Arshavin isn't in there. Saka. Yes, Bukayo Saka is 10th with 57. Viltord. Viltord is 19th with 31. We're doing the top 20 Arsenal Premier League goal scorers of all time in the Premier League. So not of all time, just in the Premier League. But yeah, give us your answers. The top 20 Arsenal goal scorers in Premier League history. Aubameyang. Aubameyang is 6th with 68. Ozil, K. Jonesy, is 18th with 33. Alexis Sanchez, Rob LBNA. Alexis Sanchez is 9th with 60. Adebayor is 12th, Jack Doyle. Good shout. Adebayor is 12th with 46. Lacazette, Frederick Blumberg. Lacazette is 11th with 54. Anelka, Nicholas Anelka does not make the top 20, no. Odegaard is 16th with 35. Martinelli is 14th with 41. Nicholas Bentner. No, Nicholas Bentner isn't in there. Not Nicholas Bentner. Aaron Ramsey is 15th. Yeah, Aaron Ramsey is 15th with 40. So we've got so far, the top 20 Arsenal goal scorers in the Premier League are Thierry Henry, Ian Wright, Robin Van Persie, Dennis Bergkamp, Olivier Giroud, Aubameyang, Walcott. You've not got number 8. Number 9 is Sanchez. Number 10, Saka. Number 11, Lacazette. Number 12, Adebayor. You've not got number 13. Number 14, Martinelli. 15, Ramsey. 16, Odegaard. 17, Fabregas. 18, Ozil. 19, Viltord. And 20th is Kanu. Alex Song, no. Sylvain Viltord, you've got. Wilshere, no. Welbeck, no. Matthew Upson, no. Not a bad shout. Jesus, no. Kanu, Velanitsmi, Kanu, yes. And Nwankwo Kanu is 20th with 30. Reyes, no, God rest his soul, not Reyes, he's not in there. You've got 2 more left to get. You've got number 13 and number 8. Not Kleb. We're only doing the Premier League, George, so Brady doesn't count. Ian Wright we've already got. Not Chamak. Not Petit. Not Overmars. Good shout. Not Overmars, but it's not. It's not a bad shout, but it's not Overmars. Samuel says Pires. It is Robert Pires. He's number 8. You've got 1 left to get. It's not Anelka. It's not Arshavin. It's not Walcott. 1 left to get. Not Vieira. There you go. Maiden Elite. It is Freddie Ljungberg. Freddie Ljungberg is number 13 with 46 goals. So that was that's one of the half-time quizzes. We could maybe got time for another one. But that was the top 20 Arsenal Premier League goal scorers of all time. Number 20, Kanu. Number 19, Viltord. Number 18, Ozil. Number 17, Fabregas. 16th is Odegaard. 15th, Aaron Ramsey. 14th, Martinelli. 13th, Ljungberg. 12th, Adebayor. 11th Lacazette, 10th Saka, 9th Alexis Sanchez, 8th Perez, 7th Walcott, 6th Aubameyang, 5th Giroud. Surprised Giroud's that high. 4th Bergkamp, 3rd Van Persie, 2nd Ian Wright, and top is Terry Henry. If you enjoyed that, we do a halftime quiz every single game, every single one. We do at least one halftime quiz. Really enjoy watching footy every single day with you guys. And if you enjoy it, make sure you've hit the like, make sure you've subscribed. David Seaman, yeah, didn't get too many. David Seaman. Trying to think of some others that we could do. We could do... Depends if you consider yourself. Should we do Chelsea? Should we do Chelsea's top 20 goal scorers? For a laugh. Could do Chelsea's top 20 Premier League goal scorers if you want. Give us Chelsea's top 20 Premier League goal scorers. Davor Suko, not in the top 20. No, listen, Davor Suko was only in there a very short time. What a player he was, though, by the way. Fabulous player. But yeah, if you want to do, we can do Chelsea's. Slappy McBall says Mudryk. No, not Mudryk. Lampard is top, yes. Lampard is first. So Lampard is the top scorer for Chelsea. Give me the Chelsea's top 20 Premier League goal scorers of all time. Cole Palmer, says Julius. Cole Palmer, believe it or not, is 8th with 45. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is 4th with 69. Good shout. Garnacho, not quite. Giroud doesn't appear in the top 20. Anelka is 10th. Good shout, Anelka from Chimey. Anelka is, 10th with 38. Zola. Gianfranco Zola is 5th. Still baffles me that Gianfranco Zola was 30 when he arrived in the Premier League. And he's 5th in Chelsea's all-time top scorers. 59 goals got you 5th, by the way. Drogba says Al City. Yeah, Didier Drogba 2nd with 104. Eden Hazard is 3rd, correct. 85. Good shout, Rochant. Mason Mount, says Liam Vernon. Mason Mount is 19th with 27. Not a bad shout. Diego Costa. Diego Costa is 7th with 52. John Terry, Jenny Holmes. Correct. John Terry. Jenny got that one right. It's 41. John Terry is 9th in the all-time top scorers list for Chelsea. Does Garnacho make the list? Not quite, Samuel. No. Stacey says Joe Cole. Yeah, Joe Cole is 20th. Joint 20th with Mason Mount. Both got 27. Ramirez doesn't make the list. Kante, no. Willian. Good shout, Jonesy. Willian is 11th with 37. Nicholas Jackson. No, not Nicholas Jackson. If 19th got you 27... Think about how many you might need to get a bit higher. Lampard we've got. So you've currently got Lampard, Drogba, Hazard, Hasselbank, Zola. You've got the top 5. You've not got number 6. You've got Costa in 7. 8th is Palmer. 9th is Terry. 10th is Anelka. 11th is Willian. Torre Andre Flo, Daddy-O. Good shout. Torre Andre Flo is 16th. Not Kerry Dixon, no. Good Johnson. Good shout, Jonesy. Yeah. Good Johnson is 6th with 54. Essien doesn't make the list. No, not Essien. Not Balak. Not Nkunku. Not Oscar. No. None of those. Not Oscar. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank we've already got. João Felix doesn't make the list. No, not Essien. Ida Good Johnson you've got. He's 6th. Joe Cole is 20th. Robin, no. Jenny Holmes says Pedro, correct. Pedro is 18th with 29. Good shout. Not Crespo. Kalu is a great answer, Frederick. Yeah, Freddie got Kalu, 14th. He's got 36 Premier League goals. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left to get. So you've got 16 out of 20. 4 left to get. Man like Mike, Poyet. Gus Poyet. A fabulous player, not a great manager, but a fabulous player. Gus Poyet is, number 13. Cahill, no, not Gary Cahill. Little Dennis Wise, J-League, yeah, Dennis Wise, 17th with 33. Not Peter Osgood. Not Eto. Not Juan Mata. I would have thought Mata would have been in there as well, but no, not Juan Mata. You got 2 players left to get. Not Mudryk. Not Crespo. Not Alonso. Gus Poyet we've got. Malouda. Correct. Good shout. Malouda, Chimey. Yeah, Malouda's in there. He's 15th. You've got 1 player left to get, and he was a player in the 90s. He's a bit older than many others, maybe. So he's a player you might not recognise. He was a very diminutive striker for Chelsea in the 90s. It's not Shevchenko. It's not Hullet. No. It's a very diminutive striker, short arse, played for Chelsea in the 90s. There you go, John Spencer. Yeah, Spencer is number 12. He got 36 Premier League goals for Chelsea. That was enough to put him level with Poyet, level with Kalou, just ahead of Malouda, and just behind Willian and Anelka. There you go. Couple of half-time quizzes today. We'll have another one tonight for the Napoli against Roma game. As you know, we do a game, at least one watch-along every single day. I did 512 last year. And believe it or not, Arsenal fans, I know you might have come in to have a little dig, and that's fine, I get it, right? I get it. But you'll find very quickly that it's actually quite a nice place to watch footy and chat footy in here. We don't do trolling. You might disagree with that. We don't do trolling. We don't do all that stuff, hate and whatever. It's a good laugh. It's a bit of banter, bit of back and forth, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all in good heart. It's all in good nature. CJ says that was good. Josh Odlum. Who does this lad support? Ask me, Josh. I'll tell you. You don't have to speak to the chat. I'll tell you. I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. This is basically, it's effectively a pub that you're in. I know you're sat in your phone, wherever you are, but this is a pub environment, so you can talk to me. It's fine, mate. I'll talk back. As long as you're respectful, I'll talk back to anyone. I'll talk back to anyone. Ginnis, do you have any potatoes? I do. I had a big bag full downstairs for Sunday tea, Sunday roast. I don't even know, says, do you think Arsenal are the worst title leaders ever? Don't know about the worst title leaders ever, but I think it's been one of the most disappointing Premier League seasons overall, hasn't it, for the quality of football? That's not an Arsenal thing, but it is just kind of the nature of the beast, I guess. Al City, it's a pub, so I need to get alcohol. Well, hey, listen, to each their own, mate. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Prod says the one Arsenal game I'm not watching because I thought it'd be boring. It has been boring to some degree. To some degree, it has been boring. Arsenal have wiped the floor with Wigan. They're 4-0 up at half-time. Jenny, what's your accent? Originally from St Helens, so I was born in Wiston, just about 20 minutes from Anfield, and I grew up in a place called St Helens. My quiz, how many goals did Torres score for Chelsea? It's not really a quiz, that. It's a question. It's not a quiz. But Torres, I don't know, not that many. 26, maybe. 26, not that many. Pretty poor. Feels like a Spurs fan's pub. Kyle, the competition is better and everyone's closer together in performance. Do you think so? I'm not sure I agree with that. I think the top teams have been a lot worse. I don't even know, says Arsenal just get it over the line, which is boring for international viewers. They like the 7-0s and 4-3s, not 1-0, 2-1 or the one-off demolition. Well, we're going to see a demolition here. It's very nearly, the second half is about to get underway. Joker, oh, he's coming on! I did tell you he'd be coming on. Victor Gyökeres is about to come on. Go and get yourself a few goals, Vic. Go on, lad. We want it. We all want to see it. Go on. We all want to see the celebration. Go on, Vic. Go and get... Even I'm rooting for you. Even I'm rooting for you. Do it. Right, we're off and underway at the Emirates. Second half. Arsenal 4, Wigan 0. Arsenal fans still taking the seats. They're going off getting the prawn sandwiches, or maybe they've not been there all game. We've seen a lot of red empty seats, to be honest, at this game. Given we've got an opportunity to watch the best team in the world. I can't believe it. That Torres goal in the Champions League semi-final hit Chelsea versus Barca was a special night for him. Yeah, the one with Gary Neville where he goes, oh, unbelievable. Rasta, how many goals did Salah score for Chelsea? I think he got 1 or 2, didn't he? It wasn't many. Yeah, it was only that one season. Kyle, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not 100% confident going into any game. Yeah, but I don't think that's that's not this season. That's not a new thing, is it? Every team has felt like that in the Premier League for some time. I don't think the Premier League has ever really been a bit of a procession for any team. It's always been a bit like that, where the top teams can beat, or the bottom teams can beat the top teams, and there's been a little bit of that for as long as I can remember, to be honest. Frederick says, as an Arsenal fan, I see why people have a problem with Gyökeres. He's not very easy to look at when he plays, but one thing is amazing, he never runs offside. He doesn't really move, does he? It feels like his movement's a bit... That's the one thing I would say with Gyökeres, which has held him back from being a proper, fantastic Premier League centre-forward. If you look at Jesus' movement, Jesus for me is Arsenal's best centre-forward by a country mile, and he'll probably leave Arsenal himself this summer. Havertz is very, very good as well, just doesn't quite have the pace or the clinical nature that Jesus does. Jesus often just can't keep himself fit or remain in form for too long. That's maybe why he's never been a top striker, but he's a very, very good one. Jesus' movement off the ball is different class. Like, that is one thing that absolutely is world class about him. His movement's incredible. Gyökeres just doesn't seem to have that. He feels far too static. You see Jesus and he makes the near post runs. He drops off. He kind of glides in between his markers. He's always picking up that space in between full-back and centre-back. Havertz is a little bit different. He drops deeper, doesn't he? He tends to pick up the space between. He kind of drags the centre-backs out of position because they don't know whether to go with him or just leave him and hand him off to a number 6 or whatever. But Gyökeres just feels very static. Feels like he's always waiting for the ball over the top. That's going to have to be something that he improves if he's going to make it as a Premier League footballer. Andy says Mikel Merino in the 9 is world class. Mikel Merino's certainly better than Gyökeres, I think, in the 9. Kwaku says, I have a question for you, Key. During the latter 10 years of Wenger's time at Arsenal, was there any other team in the league that played more beautiful football than Arsenal? Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think at any point that Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal. I always thought Arsenal played the best football in the league. As long as Arsene Wenger was manager. That was pretty consistent. Maybe not every single year, but the vast majority of his time there, Arsenal played the best football. The easiest to watch. It was always fast. It was always energetic. The only thing that they lacked, Arsenal, was the quality of player. And I don't always think that was Wenger's fault. Oh, Wigan, what are you doing? They've given the ball away so poorly. Ginny says, what's your opinion on the United Strand? Like him a lot. Seems a really nice kid. Don't understand why all the footballers are kicking off at him, I'll be honest. Crybaby footballers having a go at the young lad who's doing, he's doing well. I like him. He seems like a really sincere, a really genuine lad, and he's hit the lottery, hasn't he? Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently he's made over £500,000 from this United Strand. You could call it a gimmick, but maybe it's not a gimmick. Maybe he's got something. I'm sure he has got something planned for when it does finally happen. I personally don't think United do 5 in a row until next season. I think it might even be next year. Might be 2027 before he shaves his head. It's going to be that far. They've got not many games left in the season. So I don't think they do, to be honest. Oh, keeper. Stayed out. Joe says, yo man, wears Arsenal shirts in the living room pretending to be Gyökeres. And Villani says, even Fergie praised Arsenal's style of attacking football after he retired. Everyone tried to replicate it, didn't they? It was really, really lovely to watch, always. Kwaku says exactly, so playing beautiful football doesn't guarantee trophies. Others won trophies during that period. I guess you would agree that it makes sense to play for the trophy rather than beautiful ball. No, I don't agree with that. That's been my point all along, mate. No, I think football is entertainment, and it's important to entertain, and I think there is merit in entertainment, and if all you do is play to win, and at any cost, you play football to win at any cost, I don't agree with that. No, I think there's a manner to win, there's a way to win, and there's a way to lose. And I think Arsenal don't play a way that I particularly like, and that's why I want City to win the league. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's no more to it than that. I don't dislike Arsenal as a club. I don't dislike Arsenal fans. There's nothing more intricate to it than that. It's simply that. I think winning is far less important than entertaining. You can have a fantastic game of football and not win at the end of it and still enjoy the game and enjoy the day. It's not always about the win at the end of it. And if you make it about the win at the end of it, then to me, I mean, that's just ridiculous, but whatever, to each their own. It's not about the win. Al City says United Strand might be shaving his head once United win 5 in a row in the Championship. Yeah, they're not going down anytime soon. And Bay Ritchie, 5 goals to 0. Do you think? I think there's probably going to be a fair few more in this one. I imagine Gyökeres gets at least 2 or 3. I mean, if they bring Gyökeres on at half-time and he doesn't actually get a goal, that'd be quite embarrassing, wouldn't it? Aiden, you just don't like Arsenal because they're doing better than Liverpool, just like all the other fans. No, not at all. Not at all. There's lots of... Listen, Villa have been doing better than Liverpool. Quite like Villa. No problem with Villa. To be honest, no problem with City. Prod says unbiased predictions for each trophy. I think Arsenal have to win the league. Yeah. I've said it all along. I think if you keep spending money, you'll inevitably win the league, and I think they have to win it this year. So they've spent more than anyone else. They have to win it. They've got the best squad. They have to win it. Champions League, I think it's going to be... I don't know. It's going to be a team... I get the feeling the Champions League and the FA Cup, I just feel like all cups this year are going to go to teams that maybe... Like we're going to see another year like last year where Spurs won the Europa League, Palace won the FA Cup. You know, teams that maybe you wouldn't expect winning trophies. So I think Palace maybe win the Conference League. If they sack Glasner, that chance goes up, doesn't it? Because Glasner's just falling to bits under him at the minute. But yeah, Palace maybe to win the Conference League. I think we'll see Villa win the Europa League, and that'll be how they get into the Champions League. Gyökeres off the post, cleared away. Champions League, I think it could be Spurs. Don't know why. Just got a funny feeling. Funny feeling, Spurs. Something like that. HK says, would you rather have 15 shots on target and have 70% possession and lose 1-0, or have 30% possession, win 1-0 with 2 shots and take 3 points, mate? That's a really convoluted argument. I don't know what... I don't know. I've not even... Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about possession. I don't know why possession factors into that. What point are you trying to illustrate? Al says, does Arsenal have the best squad in the league, though? Yes. Yeah, Arsenal factually have the best squad in the league, for me. I don't think there's any argument about that. Surely they have the best squad in the league. Definitely got the best players. It's just a shame that he doesn't use them to play good football. That's rage bait. Why is it rage bait? Why is it rage bait? They literally got to a European final last year. They've got a track record of getting to European finals. They got to the Champions League final not that long ago. They've got to the Europa League final and won it last year. If anything, this bunch of Spurs players have got And they did very well in the Champions League this year as well, it must be said. They have got a track record for performing in Europe. It wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing. Like, we've seen managers come in mid-season and win a Champions League. Roberto Di Matteo did it with Chelsea. Igor Tudor could do it with Spurs. It wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. There's nothing at all to suggest that the best team in Europe wins the Champions League, because quite frequently that doesn't happen. Oh, wonderful. We've got Arsenal fans in the chat making Jota jokes. That's very sad. That's very sad that we've got Arsenal fans making Jota jokes. Oh, hey. Browner, is Curtis Jones good enough for Liverpool? No, not for me. Not for me. I don't think so. He's a good player, like squad player, but I don't think Curtis Jones will be a Liverpool player next season. Probably for the same reason that I don't think Eberechi Eze should have signed for Arsenal. He's not going to be a starter, and if he leaves, which he should, Curtis Jones will go and he'll probably be one of the best players. If he goes to Newcastle or to a Spurs or maybe to a Villa, he'd be the best player in the team. And I hope he does. Good luck to him. He's a wonderful player, Curtis Jones. But if you've got aspirations of challenging for the title, you absolutely can't have Curtis Jones starting for you. He's not that player. Good as a squad player, would like to keep him, but I think his ambitions are beyond that. Eze with a strike, hits his own player. Prod says, I'm sorry on behalf of normal Arsenal fans. Hey, listen, you don't have to apologise. I know it's not all Arsenal fans. It's not even the majority of Arsenal fans. It's just a small, small minority that will come in and make jokes about a guy with a family. A guy with a family who's died. And we're watching football. Come on, let's raise the level a little bit. Let's raise the level a bit. Browner, Kirkes, keep or sell. He's our best player at the minute, mate. He's been our best player the last few games. I really like him. He's only 21. Been phenomenal. LJ says it will happen again. Gooner bottle jobs, it'll happen again. GTFC says ban the dickheads that are making Jota jokes. That's disgusting. I know, mate. To be honest, I usually wouldn't even raise it, but he was repeating it, so I just muted and blocked it, and off he went. It's a shame as well, actually, because he's an Arsenal fan who comes in quite a lot. We get a lot of Arsenal fans who come in are really, really nice, regulars, watch all the games with us, or watch, and come back every few weeks, and it's lovely, it's nice. There's a lot of really cool Arsenal fans who we have a good football chat with, but it's just frustrating when you get the odd one who tries to be a clown. Frederick says, those people are not fans of football if you make jokes like that. It's very true. Mill says, every fan base has disgusting fans. Very true, yeah, absolutely agree. It's not unique to Arsenal at all. Andy says, Robertson is your best left-back. No, not even close. Robertson's still a very, very good left-back, though, but Kirkes, for me, the last few games, mate, he's been a real handful for a lot of players. I think he's been brilliant defensively. I thought he was our best player in the defeat against City. I thought he was fantastic last night as well against Brighton all game. He got man of the match in that one last night. Eze, side netting. Daniel says, can't be a genuine Arsenal fan. It's not what we stand for. And we had Reyes. But do you know what though? Even if you're not an Arsenal, the fact that you like the Reyes thing is yeah. I mean, I didn't even think of that. But even if you're just a generally nice, decent human being. And here's Salmon. Here's the young lad coming on for Arsenal. This is a big moment for him. 30 minutes to go. Big moment. Raxi says, not going to lie, lad, I see clips of you hating on Arsenal first time here and you actually seem sound. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. We can have a conversation on it. This is what we do every single day. This is what we do every day. Arsenal, we watch maybe once a week if they're on. But we watch games of footy every single day. We do a quiz at half-time, and there's fans from, as you've seen, fans from all over the football pyramid watching. So it's not just about Arsenal. It's not just about Man United, even though there's a lot of United fans come in and say I make it about them. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to see United lose. I enjoy watching Everton lose. Same as they enjoy watching us lose. It's no different. It's just banter. It's all good fun. Bilal, Prime Aubameyang or Prime Firmino. It's different though, that, innit? You can't... Prime Aubameyang or Prime Firmino, that's not even a fair comparison. Aubameyang was a far more clinical player. At his peak, he was brilliant, but I don't think he was better than Firmino. As a footballer, Firmino's incredible. Do you know what that's like asking? That's like saying Prime Haaland or Prime Bergkamp. Bergkamp was nowhere near as prolific or clinical as Haaland, but you would never have wanted Bergkamp. You'd have never wanted Haaland over Bergkamp, would you? Aubameyang was brilliant though, but yeah, Bergkamp's different class. Playing for the penalty? Nah, you're not getting a penalty for that. Salmon's better than Canati. Aiko says, it's just paying you to see Arsenal with such a quality squad depth, right? It doesn't pain me. No, not at all. Why would it pain me? Arsenal have got the best squad in the league. I've said that. I said that before the ball was kicked. Before the ball was kicked, Arsenal have the best squad in the league. Comfortably the best squad in the league. They should win the league. They have to win the league. If anything, it's a massive bottle job if they don't win the league. Forget the points gap. They're the best team in the league. They've had 6 years. Trust the process. They should win the league. That's all I've said all day. They're the best team. HK says, by possession, I meant to say dominate the game and like more beautiful football. Well, it depends, doesn't it? Again, people have a different idea on what beautiful football looks like. If you ask Pep Guardiola, it is dominating possession. It's tiki-taka. You know, some people like the Barcelona style of football, and it was brilliant, but some would argue that that was primarily due to the abilities of the players, not necessarily the system. Like Thierry Henry hated playing for Pep Guardiola. Some players prefer that. Some fans prefer that. Other fans prefer maybe Jurgen Klopp, gegenpress. That sort of high-intensity football. Didn't win as much. Didn't necessarily have the best players in there. You know, they had Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets. We had Henderson, Wijnaldum and Fabinho. Very good midfield, like, but it wasn't quite the same. Tony Soprano, Thierry Henry or Salah. Again, it's not really comparing apples with apples, is it? It's not really comparing apples with apples. You're talking right winger and left winger, or right winger and centre forward, depending on which way you look at it. Valani says, my list of top 5 Arsenal players this season so far is Rice, Madueke, Gabriel, Zubamendi, Martinelli. Madueke would be in your top 5. That's interesting. I'd have said Rice, Gabriel. But Saliba not make it in there. Martinelli as well. Martinelli feels like he's been on the bench more often than not. For me, if I was picking Arsenal's best 5 players this season, I'd have gone Rice, Gabriel, Timber, Saliba, probably Zubamendi, maybe David Raya. David Raya probably at a push. I think David Raya would be in there. I think it'd be Rice, Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber. There you go. That'd be my 5. But I wouldn't have Madueke or Martinelli in there, personally, anyway. Again, to each their own. I'd be interested to hear the rationale. Tony, if you only had the budget to sign one of them, Prime Salah or Prime Thierry? Probably Prime Henry. Yeah, probably Prime Henry. But it's so difficult, that, because ideally you'd want them. But I think they both make the all-time. Maybe they both make the all. I think Suarez had a better peak than Henry. But yeah, both would probably be in the all-time Premier League 11. Chimey says, even as a rival fan, Klopp football is the best I've seen since Fergie. Listen, Fergie could do a bit of everything, couldn't he? And Jenya says, Trossard's been great. Trossard has been fantastic this season, yeah. Trossard is a difference maker for Arsenal every single time I watch him. He's unbelievable. Be yourself, Dylan. Is the FA Cup draw tonight? No, it's tomorrow, mate. Joel, cheers for the gift as well, mate. Reece says, should be a pen that Gyökeres has been rugby tackled. David said, Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel and Rice. Calafiori. Sarah says, Salah did it longer. Salah did it better. I mean, Salah holds the record. Salah's done 2 or 3 seasons, hasn't he, better than Henry? But Henry was a lot more consistent for longer. Both fantastic, though. Both absolute phenomenal players. Could probably argue that you'd include both in an all-time Premier League 11. Luke Suarez, all-round nice guy. Suarez, not well, I mean, listen, we don't know what he's like as a person, but as a footballer on the pitch, head case. Head case. Cleared away. K. Jones, his skills, it's Henry. Stats, it's Salah, in my opinion. Andy says Kante or Makelele. Makelele for me. Yeah, Makelele for me. GTFC says whoever gets Wrexham in the draw will be televised. The media seem to love Wrexham. What's wrong with that, though? Wrexham are playing really good footy. Stacey says, who do you think Liverpool get in the 5th round? I'd like to get someone of a decent level. I don't necessarily want us to get a Mansfield or a... I don't know. I'd like to see us get someone who we can... Oh, yeah, a Mansfield or a Wrexham wouldn't be great. Lewis Skelly, that's poor, and it's a yellow card. I'd like to see us get maybe a Brentford or a Fulham or someone like that. I feel like we need to maintain our levels in the FA Cup, and rather than... Because sometimes it's these types of games which are the banana skins and, you rest and all that sort of stuff. Would you put CR7 in an all-time 11? Not in a Premier League all-time 11, no. Julia says Rangers 3, Hearts 2. And Connor says nothing wrong with Wrexham. I don't mind Wrexham. DJ says, does it hurt to see Arsenal doing well? No, not at all, DJ. Here's Arsenal. Oh, it's a throw-in. Is it? No, free kick. Free kick. Rowan says Henry has won a World Cup and a Euro and gone top scorer for 4 years. No one else has done that. He hasn't won a World Cup, has he? Henry hasn't won a World Cup. Nobody wins a World Cup individually. You may be part of a team that won a World Cup. I don't think Henry won that World Cup on his own. And it's kind of a reason why the whole... Yeah, well, he's won this and he's won that and he's not won this. It doesn't really make sense to me. There's loads of players who've won stuff that were nowhere near as good as players who haven't won the same stuff. Ian says, who's your all-time favourite player from any team? Well, the player I grew up loving and watching was Robbie Fowler. That's my hero for Liverpool, Robbie Fowler. But my all-time favourite player is Ronaldinho. I think Ronaldinho's peak, albeit short, was better than Messi's and better than Ronaldo's, and I'll die on that hill. I don't care what anyone says. Ronaldinho was the reason, and that's why I will always say entertainment is far more important than winning or stats or any of this nonsense. Ronaldinho was the best I've ever seen. The best. Andy says Ronaldinho all day long. This is it, yeah. I'm glad you're with me there on that one, Andy. Halifax finally won a game, says D. Nickel. And Al City says Mafia love Robbie Fowler too. Great advertiser. Gyökeres is so clumsy, says Ben, and Connor says, I'm genuinely baffled how some of our fan base, Arsenal fans, seem so robotic with the comments about Key hating Arsenal. Robotic. Key, who is your all-time best City player? Georgie Kinkladze. I really like, I hate the fact that I like him, but Bernardo Silva for me is the best City player I've seen in the Pep era. He's a player that I would have loved Liverpool to sign. Bernardo Silva for me is different class. He's one of City's best ever players. Mahrez was fantastic too, but yeah, I really liked Bernardo Silva. Mahrez would maybe be a close second. Paul says, Arsenal fans, how many times you need reassurance? This guy just loves his football. He doesn't hate you, he rates you. Ando says, Key, have you watched any of the Winter Olympics? I've not, mate, no. I'm not really into the Olympics, full stop. It's not my thing. I don't really follow. If I'm dead honest, you know one thing about me is I watch a lot of football. I don't really have time to watch much else in terms of other sports, and it just doesn't do an awful lot for me. Yeah, not for me. Reece says, and then you go and call him a rat 5 times in one game, Keith. Well, he is a rat, isn't he, Bernardo Silva? But I like him. Fabulous player. Paul says, when Fowler come to City, he was so far ahead of everyone there, it was untrue. Only one close to him was Sean Wright-Phillips. His legs had gone, hadn't he? That was the problem with Fowler. If Fowler hadn't done his knee, Gary Neville says this to this day. Gary Neville says, if Fowler hadn't done his knee, and if he'd have been a United player instead of a Liverpool player, he would have gone down as England's greatest ever centre-forward. And that's from Gary Neville. That's from Gary Neville, who hates Scousers. Robbie Fowler, people don't quite appreciate just how good he was. Between 18 and 21, he was scoring like 30-odd goals a season. From the ages of 18 to 2021. 3-4 seasons in a row, he was knocking 30-plus goals a year in. He's the best young player the Premier League's ever seen. That is like... categorically, that's not opinion, that is definite fact. Robbie Fowler is the best young player the Premier League's ever seen. Better than Rooney. Whatever you thought Rooney, when he came through, he was astonishing. Fowler was better. There's no young player won. I still think it's the case. No young player has won back-to-back Young Player of the Years, and Fowler did. Fowler had it boxed. Frederick says, top 3 rats in the Premier League for me, Richarlison, Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva. That's probably my answer as well. Yeah, I like them. Would you pick Bruno over Rice right now? No. Which Bruno are we talking about? Are we talking about Bruno Guimaraes or Bruno Fernandes? I wouldn't pick Bruno Fernandes over Rice or Bruno Guimaraes over Rice. Rice is phenomenal. Owen was better. Behave yourself. Does Arsenal get a trophy for beating Wigan 4-0? I thought this would be... I mean, to be fair, Wigan might draw the second half, which is astonishing, isn't it? Evening Key up the toffees, good lad. Owen Ballon d'Or winner at 22 isn't bad going. If you watch Michael Owen as a Liverpool fan, even to be honest, Michael Owen, I don't know a single Liverpool fan who rates Michael Owen higher than Robbie Fowler. There's not a single one I've ever met. Michael Owen never got 20 goals in a Premier League season. If you have a look at the list of players who got 20 goals in a Premier League season, it's as long as your arm. Michael Owen ain't on there. He never managed 20 goals a season. He was a very, very fast young player, and he had some great moments as a young player, particularly for England. But when he won the Ballon d'Or, he was never the best player in Europe. He was nowhere near the best player in Europe. Not even close. Daniel Fowler never had an England career. You could say Scholes never really had an England career, to be honest. He was always either left mid or on the bench. Still, people call Scholes one of the best ever. And to be fair, Fowler never had an England career because he was competing with arguably the best centre-forward the Premier League's ever seen in Alan Shearer. And Fowler at the time had already done his knee. And he wasn't just competing with Shearer, he was competing with Andy Cole. Andy Cole and Shearer and Fowler all in the same bloody team. England would wipe the floor with every country going if they had those three now. Best young Premier League ever is a coin toss between Owen and Rooney. Owen isn't even in the conversation. Honestly, I think Owen... I wouldn't put Owen in the top 5. It's Fowler comfortably for me. Rooney second. Cristiano Ronaldo probably third. But Owen don't make the top 5. Paul says, and the Scouse bastard missed a last-minute penalty in the last game against Borough that cost us a European place. Key, what's your honest EFL Cup final prediction? Hopefully City, but probably Arsenal. Ben says Fowler would have got more England chances if there weren't about 6 greats. Yeah, there was. If you just look at that era, there was Shearer, Fowler, Andy Cole, Teddy Sheringham, Les Ferdinand, Matt Le Tissier. Matt Le Tissier didn't even get a kick for England, did he? It's maybe Southampton's greatest ever player. Rowan says, hang on a minute, Fowler was shit after 24 and Owen was worse. But both injuries, to be fair. Owen did his hamstring away at Leeds and Fowler did his knee, I think it was against Everton. Never the same again. A little bit like R9. Ronaldo was the same. Who's better, Ronaldinho or R9? Ronaldinho. Ian Wright, of course, yeah. Ian Wright too. I rate Ethan Wanyeri higher than Robbie Fowler. Ben White's down injured here. Jenny says, I read about Ronaldinho that as a kid he didn't always have a ball, so hard to practice with empty... Oh, he had to practice with empty plastic bottles, dribbling past stray dogs. That's some next level dribbling right there. Yeah. I mean, that's maybe one of the reasons why Brazil produced so many fantastic players was kind of the abject poverty that a lot of these people came from. The favelas and, you know, they didn't have really an awful lot going on and it was crime or football in a lot of parts of that world. I think Ronaldinho talked about that in the documentary. And it's just, yeah, you know, if you chose football and you tended to do that, and that's why the close control of Brazilian players is just astonishing. Imagine Crystal Palace scores a winning goal via Arsenal on May and Man City wins the league. And Paul says, as a Cardiff fan, we signed Fowler. Didn't do much for us, as you said. Knee had gone, but any team back in the day, who would you take, Fowler or Owen? Easy choice, yeah. Rasta Vel says, is John Barnes a Liverpool legend? Yeah, John Barnes is definitely a Liverpool legend. Again, another one whose maybe legs had gone by the time the Premier League came round. The best version of John Barnes was in the 80s and kind of towards the end of the 80s, maybe the early 90s. But once it got past that, I grew up watching a different version of John Barnes who his legs had gone, but he was still just unbelievable on the ball. Ahmad Hussein says, hi, how's it going, Ahmad? What do I think of Esteval? Didn't think he had the ability early part of the season, but I admit I got it wrong. I think he's a really top player, or he has the ability to be a really top player. He's been a standout for Chelsea this season. I don't know where they're going to play him though. I think with Arsenal and Chelsea, it's a similar problem to Arsenal. They've got so many players in the same position. Esteval, Neto, Bino Gittins, Palmer, Garnacho. They've got 6-7 players, all wingers. Where are you going to fit them in? 3-star says, some young Wigan fan must be only about 8 in the crowd giving it large to the Arsenal fans and his mum giving him some right earache. Daniel says, Ronaldinho was the best player to ever play for Prison FC. Can't say I know who Prison FC is. Danny, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Danny. TMUA says Arne Riese was so underrated back in... John Arne Riese was not underrated. He was garbage. He was a really, really good left midfielder, but you couldn't play him at left back. He couldn't defend. He couldn't defend at all. K. Jonesy, how come you sound like a Scouser and a Manc at the same time? That's it's what happens when you're born in between Liverpool and Manchester, mate, and you grow up around that part of the world. You tend to play football with Scousers, and then you go and... Like, well, if that's what I did anyway. I grew up with Scousers, and then I'd go and play... or I'd go and work. I went and worked in Manchester for many years. So your accent... The St. Helens accent is kind of a mongrel mix of the two. Key, which team do you think has the best trio right now? For me, I will say Bayern Munich. We're talking about attacking trio. It probably is Bayern Munich, yeah. Probably not far off. Barca probably not a million miles away. Real Madrid probably not a million miles away. But yeah, I like Kane, Elise, Diaz is a very, very tantalising front three, isn't it? Luke, Rene Higuita, best goalkeeper of all time. Not a patch on Chilavert. Rowan says John Barnes needs a big shout. What a player. The goal against Brazil is Maradona level. Unbelievable player. Jack, another failed hate watch, lad. No, it's not a failed hate watch. It's all good. It's 4-0 Arsenal. Wigan have got a free kick here. 10 minutes left to go. We've had a great game. Liam, why aren't you wearing an Arsenal shirt when you're a fan? I'm not a fan, Liam. I'm not a fan. Ball whipped in from the left-hand side. Wigan, edge of the box. Rasta, it's a best day out to bring your family to a game because our regular game ticket prices are so high and the regular fans sometimes can't afford to go. Well, I would have really thought that we would see a full house here today. Feels like Arsenal just... There's a lot of empty seats. An awful lot of empty seats in that Arsenal end. For an opportunity to see the best team in the world, maybe the best Arsenal team that any of them have seen in... Maybe ever. Maybe it's the best Arsenal team they've seen in their entire lifetime if they're under 40, under 50. Who knows? But yeah, and you know, there's a lot of empty seats there. A lot of empty seats at the I nearly call it the empty ad then. The empty Ritz. The empty Ritz. Bit like the empty ad. Sam says, can safely say he's defiantly not an Arsenal fan. Darren O. Ferghale, are you sure you're not a fan? You're always talking about Arsenal. I'm not always talking about Arsenal. I can only assume you've only popped in once or twice, Darren. Liam, ever been to Anfield, mate? I have, mate, yeah, many, many times. Many, many times. But I won't be going anymore. Won't be going anymore. That's my last time at Anfield. I will not be going again. In fact, well, won't be going games full stop ever again. But I've been very lucky, been very blessed. Been all over the world watching Liverpool. I might go again if my kids decide they want to go and watch a game of football, maybe. But I've no desire to go again. I don't think I'd be going anymore. Near Char save! Oh, Martinelli. Unlucky. Good save that from the keeper. Nearly 5. We nearly got a second half goal there. We nearly got a second half goal. Generic Gooner, good to see you, mate. How's things? Am I enjoying the game? It's been a good laugh. Yeah, it's been good fun. We've had a lot of fans, a lot of Arsenal fans in. And actually it's been quite nice. There's been a lot of Arsenal fans coming. I should really have pinned the comment where they've come in and said, I came in thinking that you were an absolute pleb because I've watched these fan reaction videos and actually you seem really sound. And then they've stuck around and talked for a bit, so it's good. It's good. I enjoy it. Daniel, did you know your last football match was your last football match? I don't want to say it was the last. I didn't. Possibly. Yeah. I had a feeling the last time that I went with my dad, and at that point I was a bit like, yeah, I don't think this is for me anymore. So, to be honest, I thought that when I was in, what was the away game? Was it Seville or was it Rome? Might have even been Porto. It was the same in all three, to be honest. Seville, Rome, Porto. when we did the European aways. It was the same in all three of them. I kind of got the feeling there that I don't think this is for me anymore. And then, yeah, the last game I went to was with my dad, and that was 2 years ago. I won't be going back anymore. That's me done. Joe says, to be fair, Key, our second leg against Karabag, ticket to 65 quid for adults. To be honest, one of my mates has just gone to Baku. He's just gone to Baku for you lads in midweek. Rasta Valadon, great watch-along. Hey, and that's from an Arsenal fan. Lots of love, Rasta. Really appreciate you, mate. Generic Gooner, I'm guessing some Gooners triggered you. No, actually, no. Not really. No, they were. Hey, listen, mate, you know what it is. Some people come in and they say what they've got to say and they have a little bit of a troll, but actually they just move on. It's quite nice. They come in, they say what they've got to say. They either say it, realise they're not getting any attention and move on, or they get a bit too excessive. We had a couple making like Jota references and things like that, and we just block and move them on. It's pretty quick. It's easy enough. Tevez, Liverpool not making top four. Maybe not. Generic Guna, what's the next game you're covering? So tonight I'm doing Napoli-Roma. Big game in Serie A. Antonio Conte's Napoli against Gianpiero Gasparini's Roma. Napoli 12 points, I think, behind Inter at the top of Serie A. Roma only behind Juve. They're fifth in Serie A. They're only behind Juve on goal difference, but Juve have played a game more. They got beat by Inter, of course. Was it last night that Inter 3-2 Juve? So yeah, so it's third against fifth at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in Naples. So we're going to be watching a bit of that. Hopefully we see a bit of Højlund and McTominay and Paulo Dybala. Some good football tonight on Serie A. So if you want to watch a bit of Serie A football with us tonight, then we'll be live from 7:30, 7:45. About an hour and a half, something like that. We'll watch a bit more footy. We'll have another half-time quiz, as we always do. And we'll also be doing tomorrow night's big Barcelona games. Girona-Barcelona, Monday night footy, and then Tuesday night we're back to the Champions League. So Galatasaray, Juve, we're doing that one, followed by... Is it Karabag? Is Karabag Tuesday night? Newcastle-Karabag Tuesday? Or is it Wednesday? Don't know. Either way, we're live every night. That's what we do. You know that, mate. We're live every single night. Generic Guna says something for Roma to play for. Sounds good. And Darren says they clearly aren't any sort of fan if they're slagging a player who passed. No, I agree. And listen, it's not even an Arsenal fan thing, that, mate. It's nothing to do with Arsenal fans. It's just people in it. It's just some people are sad. And it might even just be kids. So, mate, I don't take it personally. It's just a bit sad that they resort to that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, he was a fan. He was a fan. He was a dad with a family, with kids, with a wife, same as all of us. And it's maybe a little bit more sad, as Daniel was saying. It's happened to Arsenal with obviously Reyes passing away. Very very similar situation, I guess. You know, a player who played for a long time for Arsenal. So you would have thought Arsenal fans, if anything, would be a lot more sensitive to that thing. But again, it's not all Arsenal fans at all. It's not even the majority. It's a very, very small minority. And it's nothing to do with Arsenal. It's just people being pricks. CJ, I've really enjoyed today, mate. Good lad. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you. Louis says, no, that's Wednesday. Real Benfica. It's Benfica, Real Madrid Tuesday. So we're doing Galatasaray, Juve, Benfica, Real Madrid Tuesday. Wednesday, Karabag v Newcastle. So yes, we're doing that. Rasta says, how did you rate Carlos Tevez at Man United? Oh, unbelievable. I was gutted that he went to City because we were heavily linked with him at the time. Eddie says, Salah, Ekatike and Wirtz, Liverpool will cook next season. Did you see Salah last night? I didn't think Salah had a particularly good game last night, to be honest. I mean, I'd rather Salah get back to his best, but last night was probably the first time we've seen anything close to his best for some time. He's been really poor now for 3 or 4 months, Mo Salah. But then again, saying that, he's still got more goal contributions this season than people like Brian and Burmo and Doku and, you know, players who have been praised all season. Ronnie Luxton, no Wolves v Arsenal. I think Wolves-Arsenal is Thursday night, isn't it? So I think we're live for that one on Thursday. KG says, man of the match, Mosquera for me. Plus back down today. I think Eze's been Arsenal's best player today. I know he got 2 assists in the first half, but I think he's linked play up quite well and generally just been really good. Julia says, who are you supporting for in Napoli v Roma? I'm not really supporting anyone in that game. I'm just enjoying the game. We'll just watch it, see what happens. We'll enjoy it together. We'll do a quiz. That's what we do. Enjoy a bit of football. We'll chat football. We'll do some top 5s, some top 10s. You know, we'll do guess the player or something like that. We'll do some different quizzes through the game. But it'll be interesting to watch it. Eze nearly adding a goal to his 2 assists. Daniel says, what do you think of the home advantage in the Champions League? You don't really get home advantage, do you? There's no real home advantage. There's no away goals anymore. Stacey says, I like this channel. Great for banter between different football fans. It's a good laugh, isn't it? It's a good laugh. I like it anyway. What a diabolical second half this has been. It's like Arsenal never even played well. They had it wrapped up in the first half, to be honest. I can understand Arteta probably took his foot off it. Daniel, favourite Napoli player of all time? Probably got to be Maradona, hasn't it? Scott McTominay. Daniel, top 2 will have their home game as the second leg in every fixture. That's in that sense, right, yeah. Certainly it's better to have the second leg at home. That's important. Julia says, I'm supporting Roma. Roma are my Serie A team. See, I'm not mad keen on Roma. Yeah, not mad keen on Roma. Just from when we went to watch Rome. Liverpool v Roma, I didn't like the away fans. Brendan, are you doing a game tonight? We are, mate. Napoli-Roma tonight. Rasta, sometimes players need time to adapt and adjust to a new club that are competing in many different competitions. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Stupid Arsenal, says Edmund. They play fake football. And Luke says, I only caught the second half. Oh my God. But you missed the best half of football. Jesus, Madueke, Martinelli, and an own goal from Hunt. Putting Arsenal bang in charge. 4-0. Arsenal seizing control in the first half. And they deserve to win. Listen, he was always going to go through today. It was a good performance in the first half from Arsenal. Generic Gooner, are you covering the FA Cup draw on Monday? Yes, we'll be doing the FA Cup draw tomorrow night. I'll definitely do that. Brentford playing Macclesfield straight after it, but we're not going to be live for that. We're only doing the Barcelona-Girona game. Brendan, were you at the Champions League semi in Rome? I was, yes. Was it 5-2 in the end? Can't remember the scoreline. But yeah, I was at the one. I didn't go to the home game. The home game was when Sean Cox, the Liverpool fan, sadly got attacked by Roma fans with I think it was with a bite lock or something. They hit him round the head, and it really, really affected him for a very long time, and I think he's still recovering from it. But yeah, they kicked off in Liverpool, and then with us going to Rome the week after, it was always like a big thing, and scary place to go, Rome. If you're an away fan, you can't be wearing colours walking around the city, singing Liverpool songs or anything like that. It's a very dangerous place to go. Rangers 4-2. Edmund says they play fake, insulting football. At least one goal in the second half. Hat-trick for Chimiti. Bloody hell, Chimiti. What a player he's turning up to in the SPFL. Was that more exciting for you? Bit better. Yeah. Daniel, what time's the draw? I think it's just before the Brentford game. With Liverpool completely out of the race, who's your preference to win the Prem? I'd rather City. I would much rather City, just because of the style of football. It's nothing else. There's nothing else to it. There's no more to it. It's nothing about the clubs. It's nothing about the ownerships. It's nothing about the 115. It's nothing about the fans. It's purely down to style of play. And I think City play better football than Arsenal. I can understand if people disagree with that. 3 star says, see you later, everyone, for a bit of Italian football. Bring your own pizza. And Air Force One says, you're becoming the new rants. Arsenal live rent-free in your head. Okay. Rasta says, Man City played Salford and only scored 2, and one of them was an own goal. Yeah, listen, I don't think City played particularly their best team against them either. Christ, look how made up that kid is. Just forgetting, is it Gyökeres he's got? Gyökeres' shirt. Whose shirt's he got? It's not even Gyökeres' shirt. Brady, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think City do play the more attractive football. It's fair enough. It's like I said, I like Arsenal as a club. I don't mind Arsenal's fans. No problem with them. But, yeah, I just think City play better football. That's it. Arteta is finished. He should go teach his PP. And Kay Jones, he says, obviously, he's going to speak about the league leaders. He's a football fan. We've just watched him. We've just watched him. Nimmy says, Key, you never have anything good to say about Arsenal. I've literally said you're the best team in the world. You have the best squad in the world. You will win the league. I've got a feeling you'll win the Champions League. I don't know what more you want from me in terms of praise. I don't know if I can give you any more praise than that. What are you looking for, mate? Julius, I've just finished cooking some pasta. And Sarah says City played a bunch of kids. They did, yeah. Sam says that was Hart's chance and they've blown it, Key. Nah, listen, it's still early. Still early. Luke says, do you think we'll win the league? Yeah, I think Arsenal will. I think you have to. I think you've got the best team. You've got to win it. You've got to win it. I'd be amazed if you didn't. Absolutely amazed. Owen Andrews, hi mate, thoughts on Villa getting top 5 yet? No, I still think Villa don't get top 5. You've lost your last 3 at home. Lost against Brentford. You came in and you said you thought Villa had a chance of competing in the title race, I remember at the time. And I said, I don't think Villa get top 5. You've subsequently lost at home against 10 men Brentford. You've lost against Everton. And you lost yesterday against Newcastle. You drew away against Bournemouth. I think we're very rapidly starting to see Villa, their eyes just focusing more on Europe, and I think Unai Emery will do really, really well in Europe because that's his competition, isn't it? The Europa League, the UEFA Cup, he's done brilliant in that competition in the past. I think we see Unai Emery focus on that, and Villa may even get in. They may even get in the Champions League by winning that. That wouldn't surprise me, but I think you can flip a coin right now on 5th place between United and Villa. I think Liverpool and Chelsea get top 4 in some order. I think it's going to be City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea in some order. And I think it's going to be United or Villa 5th. That's my take. Completely understand if you disagree. Owen says, lost last 3 at home. We beat Brighton, mate. Oh, you did? Hey, apologies. You did beat Brighton. So, okay, so you've lost 3 out of your last 4 at home then. Still not a great record, is it? Generic Goon, I have a slight bit of doubt for the first time after Brentford, still holding the faith though. And Trader says should have been on Rangers game today, Mr. Belter. And Jack says, why is beating Bournemouth considered a bad thing? They beat you, bin dippers. Not beating Bournemouth considered a bad thing. Beating Bournemouth wouldn't be considered a bad thing. It'd be considered a brilliant thing if they beat Bournemouth. Sam says, do you think, mate, I don't see it, but I'd love it if they did. Gamer Guru says that Villa game yesterday was awful. Worst officiating I've ever seen. They were very lucky, weren't they, Villa, that they were even still in the game. TMUA says, I don't see Liverpool getting top 4. That's fair enough. I mean, to be honest, it's probably only going to be, I think top 5 gets Champions League footy this year. What are we saying? But if you're banking on Villa not getting top 5, happy to put money on it with you, pal. Well, yeah, I absolutely believe they're not going to. I don't think Villa get top 5. I think they're a fantastic team, but I don't think they get top 5. Joe says, Key, yesterday you said Nick isn't good in the 10. I completely disagree. I thought he was fantastic yesterday with his hold-up and link play alongside his brilliant finish. Confidence is flowing. Hey, that's your right to think that, mate. I don't think he's a number 10. I don't think he's a number 10, and I don't think it's a particularly smart signing if you are putting Nick Voltemada in the 10. I didn't think it was a great performance from either Villa or Newcastle, but it was a great win. It was a great win. Generic Gooner says the referees are too reliant on VAR. They're scared to make a call now. But even VAR's getting it wrong. I have a massive, massive sense of sympathy with referees because they've got a really, really difficult job. It's impossible to get it right. It's impossible to get it right. In a split second, you can't get it right. Because days later, we get the benefit of thousands of replays. We can slow it down, speed it up, watch it in real time from all these different angles. And we still can't agree on whether it's a right decision or a wrong, whether it's an offside or an onside or a penalty or not a penalty or a handball or not a handball or a foul or not a foul. Was it earlier in the play or not? These guys get to look at it in a split second in real time with 60,000 people screaming in their ears and players running up to them screaming at them saying it's a red card. No, it's not a red card. Never a red card, ref. And I have unbelievable sympathy for them. And I think we need to do, if anything, as fans, we need to support referees more and give referees more power, not less. Definitely need to give referees more power. Gamer Guru says Newcastle needed VAR yesterday. The refs were laughable. Linesman couldn't even do his job. We always miss VAR when we need it. So it's because we've got used to it, though. We've got used to needing VAR in football. In previous years, though, like it wasn't that long ago that VAR didn't exist, and if you got a bad decision, it was just like, well, yeah, that's the rub of the green. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Brody, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Andy says, I think City will pip Arsenal to the title. Only 4 points in it now. And Generic Gurner says, you weren't so sympathetic to VAR last weekend, lad. Do you know what? But it varies. It varies from weekend to weekend. VAR is sometimes it gets involved when it shouldn't do. But I still have massive sympathy with the referees. Always have sympathy with the referees. Even if in the moment I react like maybe I don't. Prince Rupert says, rare to see a football fan gives refs some praise. Good on you, Key. And a Gunner says, why are you always hating on Arsenal? I'm not hating on Arsenal. What are you on about? Joe says, so you think he's a striker? Word he's been hung out to dry. No, I don't think he's a striker. He's a striker. It's not that I think he's a striker. He is a striker. Voltemada is not a number 10. It's baffling to put him in the number 10. He's never going to play number 10 in the Premier League. There's no way in the world that Newcastle have signed him with the idea of putting him number 10. No chance. Andy, with VAR, Abraham's goal wouldn't have stood. No, exactly. Yeah. It wouldn't have stood. Maybe it would have been a red card on Luca Dean. Maybe it would have been a penalty for Harvey Barnes. You never know. Right. Gamer Guru says, yes, but the linesman would catch offsides that far off. He was asleep on the sidelines. Again, it's tough. I guess in real time, it's very, very quick. I think it's really difficult to ask a linesman to get 100% accuracy on offsides. It's very, very difficult. I get it. It's tough. And that's why VAR has to help the officials, but it can't be used as like you can't be re-refereeing the game. I think we maybe as football fans, we have to accept that there's going to be some wrong decisions, and that's part and parcel of it, and that's because we are humans, and humans make mistakes. And if you've got referees, and you want referees refereeing the game in a human way, then there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be things you disagree with. Generic Gooner, I turn up now to prove you don't hate Gooners. I was gonna say I need you to be in the chat, mate. To be honest, I need some Arsenal fans who actually like me. It's good. Sarah says with Rio's offside goal, it would have stood. Yeah, VAR should have counted Rio's goal as well. Andy, when they take 5 minutes, that's what annoys me. It definitely slows the game down, doesn't it? Right. That is me for the next... I'm back in about an hour. I'm back in an hour for Napoli against Roma. If you want to watch a bit of Serie A football, make sure you've done 2 things for me. If you like this watch-along, if you enjoyed it, we chat football every single day. This is what we do on this channel. It's basically a pub where we watch football together every single day. We've got fans of all different teams in the chat. If you like that sort of thing, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're live for Napoli and Roma in 1 hour's time. Tomorrow we're doing Girona and Barcelona. We'll also be doing the FA Cup draw. Tuesday night we're back to the Champions League. Galatasaray, Juve. Benfica, Real Madrid. On Wednesday, we're doing Newcastle and Qarabag. And then we're back on Thursday with Wolves against Arsenal. So we're doing Premier League, Champions League, La Liga, Serie A. We do a bit of everything on here. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, if you love football as much as I do, make sure you've hit the like button, make sure you've subscribed, and I will see you all in about an hour's time, maybe. Have a lovely weekend. Take it easy. Ta-ra.